Hello and welcome everybody, of course, to our Division 6 Grand Final. I am joined this time by the wonderful, the very handsome Aviator. How are you doing tonight, Aviator?
I'm great. I've just figured out how to edit the command. Look at that. Boom.
Boom. You edited it when it was already edited. So, there we go. Yes, we have Svartalheim versus going up against Neo Unity. Svartalheim, an old free agent team. And Neo Unity, well, they're unified together here. And we've already had our map bans and picks. And the teams are ready. So we'll whistle through them right now very, very quickly. If we just cut over to that, we obviously had Ultrac Pass, Volskaya Foundry banned out by Neo Unity. We've had Sky Temple and Dragonshire banned out by Svartalheim, and we've ended up on Towers of Doom. Should we get straight into the draft, Aviator, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. So with regards to Towers of Doom, etc., let's see, what kind of picks these two teams want to do. Obviously, it's all about the bottom lane in this map, but teams have different strategies. Sometimes they like to sort of do the accordion strat, where you have someone go off to sick mid lane as well, try and get priority. So have to see what Division 6 brings us as we head into map number 1.
We had some fantastic games in Division 7, Aviator. It was a 3-0, but it doesn't tell this whole story at all. There were some brave plays from both sides of the teams. And honestly, the quality was high, and I'm looking forward to see what the quality now brings in Division 6. We didn't get Towers of Doom, so it's exciting to see what we might have here. And starting off on this map can always create a good bit of hype, as these can be some of the closest games on this map. What are we expecting to see?
It's the only map without the catapult changes as well, and the experience. The experience changes are still there, but the passive XP isn't there, and the catapult changes aren't there either. So it's one of the sort of more old school maps for those reasons. But you've got one team taking their time thinking about what to ban out here. So yeah, sometimes I really like banning it instantly, by the way, because it really sort of, even if you don't know what to ban, just ban it quickly, because it kind of gives less time for your opponents as well to try and respond.
Yeah. Oh,
and they ban out the queen.
Yeah, obviously you want to try and sometimes gleam every second of thinking you can, but if your first pick, first ban, just bam, lock it in, say, take that.
It's all about sending a message.
Yeah, so Sylvanas has been banned out here against Svartalheim. They've picked it 8 times in the previous games, but Lunara has been their top pick and has never been banned against them. So I wonder if we'll see Lunara get banned for the first time here, or if it'll be slipped through and they'll pick it up.
Yeah, they picked it 14 times with a 70% win rate, which is pretty up there, to be fair. But on the other side, Greymane has been picked 12 times by Neon Unity with a 91% win rate. So I'm guessing we're going to see some Greymane shenanigans.
Yeah, especially when you look at the bans versus. That's always an interesting stat, because that means that it was super annoying. So Junkrat has been banned versus Neo Unity 15 times. So I would highly expect it to either make itself into this series and then banned out for the rest, or for it to be banned out almost for the entirety until it's forgotten about.
And I mean, Neo Unity are the top seeds coming into this as well. They won Division 6 handsomely. They had 17 map wins, score of 13, 8 wins overall. Svartalheim were 3rd seed overall. They were slightly behind the Depression session, closely behind with 7 wins and 16 map wins. So teams are very close in sort of skill according to the statistics, etc. And have they played each other in the past, do you know?
I do not know off the top of my head. They have, and Neo Unity won 2-0. They played just 5 matches ago. Yeah, so Neo Unity certainly may be coming in here with a bit of momentum, but the revenge of Svartalheim might be there for them.
Yeah, we're going to have a first pick Andrew, and there's the Junkrat band that we mentioned as well. So first pick Andrew coming in for Neo Unity. Obviously, it gives very, very flexibility, right? You can pick up a tank DPS next rotation. You can pick your bruiser DPS next rotation. It's always kind of nice starting off with either heal or tank or something like that. But it does leave Johanna open, and there's the Lunara you mentioned.
Yeah, so Johanna is a big pick here.
I have a vote call.
We have a little phone call here for Aviator, so we're just going to make sure that Aviator gets a little bit of privacy in his phone. Boop. A mysterious missing Aviator. But yes, I'm here now by myself. Johanna and Lunara being picked up by Dwergman and Phantom Swarm. Have to see what else they go for here. But we have Blaze, something that often gets neglected in the lower leagues. And so it's good to see it being picked up here. Blaze obviously has good wave clear, can help control that top and middle, the double soaking. But Johanna on the other side will be sort of the double, trying to help in a bit of a double soak rotation in the bot and mid lane. However, it's not always the way to play this map. So I think Johanna sometimes can lose value on this map. But obviously, they're trying their best to keep it. Now, I'm not sure if we have predictions, actually. I didn't double check in the chat. We do have predictions up and available. Elias, there is no aviator here. Thanks, Fish Hots. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Neo Unity, they are definitely the favourites for this, but if you like the chances of this Lunara, certainly one to think about. Genji being a ban here is a solid sort of think. Solid thought to have, a solid think. It's not being played a lot of the time, but that harassment can really go poorly if perhaps they go for a Zool on the side of Svartalheim. Brightwing being taken out means that that's no global action here for the side of the of the Blues. There's Falstad left available if they so wanted.
Apologies. Sorry.
So,
yeah, so we've got Jaina Blaze and then Hanzo Hogger. Hogger makes it through the draft this late as well. I just realised.
Yeah, well, we are Division 6. You know, the meta is substantially different. And,
True.
you know, yeah, but Blaze versus Hogger in the off lane, I think that's fairly even on this map. I don't think Hogger sort of out... Obviously very good sort of in dueling and doing camps and stuff, but the double soaking not really their strong point, whereas Blaze can do the double soaking a little bit. We see Diablo coming out and Cassia, two heroes that we have yet to see today either, so it's good to see a little bit of refreshing stuff coming.
Yeah, Cassia's I really value the hero, but it always seems slightly underwhelming sometimes in most matches, so I want to see how much value they're able to get from it. I think it's a really pretty good Cassia game as far as they go, etc. as well. I think most people sort of the lower ranks you go down, they tend to go more favor for the Q build rather than auto attack. See how they want to go, and we get Rhaegar being picked up here.
Yeah, Rhaegar coming in. I believe that's one of Battle Mercy's favorite heroes in terms of healers, so it's not a surprise that it has been picked up. Obviously, many heroes are available to choose right now. There could have been a Stukov if they really wanted. But Brightwing being banned out, Rhaegar just makes sense on this map, certainly. Which composition are you looking at, Aviator?
I honestly don't know. I think I favour the red team more, honestly. I think they've got the slightly better draft for me. Depends though, you know. Obviously, player skill matters a lot more in lower divisions as well, over hero picks, etc. So, see how they want to go about. Which team has it for you?
For me, I think the red team, just, you know, the fact that there is the Blaze there, there's the Anduin to help save people as well, and the Johanna on this map just doesn't give me the same pressure that Diablo does, standing sort of having a bit of threat around these points, whereas, you know, Johanna's more in that hole, going for a bit of clear, a bit of rotation. It's not really as needed on Towers of Doom, and I think that's just where Neo Unity pip them to the post, in my humble opinion.
Hit them to the post.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see as we go into game number 1 here.
Hit them to the post.
And I've gone back to the wrong scene. Thank you, Aviator.
Why are you saying that to me? As if it's my fault. I'm not doing production here. It's technical difficulties. It's not even my channel.
And on the blue team, we have Dwergman on the Johanna, Iron Fist Man on Hanzo. We have Battle Mercy on Rhaegar, Naja Bezen on Hogger, and Phantom Swarm on Lunara. That is Svartalheim.
And for the red team, we've got Neo Unity with Diablo played by Thork, Anduin played by Frisco, Cassia played by Jogi Wan? I don't know. Blaze played by Jax, and Jaina played by Calzador. That's a really nice name.
Looks like they swapped around things a little bit, and the pop-up was a little bit wrong there, saying that Jogi Wan was playing Stitches, but we'll see as they go into this fight in the center here. We already have Blaze at the top, and the rest of the blue team are just pushing forward and focusing on that soak, but both teams managed to clear it out nice and quickly.
Yeah, I mean, red team, Diablo's not exactly a great hero in the earlier stages of the game, etc. Once he gets some soul stacked up, then he'll be able to maybe go in aggressively as well. Does have that soul shield, and it is auto attack Cassia, by the way, as well. So you do love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, this sort of bodes well for Diablo, if I'm honest, because Johanna, equally, not superb in the early game. Doesn't have that blessed shield or the falling sword. Some of those really good heroics that turns Johanna into a monster. So Diablo can sort of step up into her without feeling too in danger. But on the other side of things, Hanzo has gone for the classic W build, no sort of fancy AA or Q build. So here on this map, W seems to be very much the standard level 1.
Yeah, I think on most maps, and it's definitely draft dependent and a comfort thing as well. If you're good at scatters, I think W build prevails more often than not. But if you don't hit your scatters, then obviously I think Q is probably better. But both teams taking their sapper camp. So red team trying to escort it in here. They do have a wave as well, but it's going to be instantly cleared up by Johanna and the red team. I don't think they'll be able to push their sappers in. But Diablo's actually wrapping around here, might be looking for something, but doesn't seem to find it. Goes in on Lunara, but there's an instant cleanse as well. Now Diablo's going to be the focus from the blue team here, but no, the sappers are taken out by the blue team nicely.
It was a good chance. It was a good opportunity, but obviously not a great deal. As you said, Cassia has gone for AA, so she's not trying to stack up these Qs, which can be deadly in the long run. So it's more just a chance of these teams posturing about. No one's really looking for stacks apart from this Diablo, who desperately wants these minions and the souls. So we now have Blaze coming in here, going for a bit of a double soak with Hogger as well in the action. So meanwhile, back in the bot lane, this is where all the action is happening. And Jaina is just clearing out these waves nicely, really putting the pressure on the blue team.
Oh, Johanna went in for the subdue attempt quest completion there. Didn't find it, unfortunately. But now Diablo goes in, does get the flip out onto Lunara here. They don't have the cleanse from Rhaegar either. But the red team just not quite in range. But now Johanna's chasing them down, gets the slow as well. Lunara's right-clicking them, trying to do some damage. Whilst it's a little bit too early in the game for her. Obviously, pre-level 7 doesn't really have that kill pressure either without that choking pollen.
Yeah, and Anduin is a bit of an all-round healer, so he can do a little bit of this spread heal, but it actually is quite a struggle when Lunara is doing so much damage. And, that is going to be a place where Frisco finds it to be a little bit tricky. Obviously, top altars just being traded out here by the two teams, and Hogger's going to be the one who's down here a little bit earlier for this potential 4 versus 5. Diablo tries to find something, only has 52 souls, so won't be in the best position to be tanking.
But now Hogger's coming down here. It's going to be a great flank from them as well. Gets the double stun onto Cassia, onto Jaina here. But now Hogger's going to be their focus. Does get the spin off out. But now Johanna's chasing them down here. The red team falling so low. Anduin desperately trying to keep them up. Kalzator takes the heal from Anduin. But Diablo is going to be first blood as he goes down. Blaze does get the stun, but now there's the pings of retreat from their team, making sure they're able to get out to safety. So with that, we're going to see the second altar going over to the blue team.
Yeah, and this might be the first little advantage that the blue team have. Obviously, getting that kill was really nice, and it means that they can go for this siege camp nice and quickly. Battle Mercy and Workman will have to Hearthstone and just give themselves a little bit of mana, potentially. But it's going to mean that they can push in this camp a little bit earlier than red team, as they've only just arrived to get to their siege camp.
Yeah, but the blue team, they're not really going to try and invade it here, though. So they use their advantage to take their own camp. But, with that advantage, you could have seen them just rush the red team's camp instead. Diablo was still dead for a couple of seconds. Would have taken him a while to rotate down. You still had Hogger down here as well. I think maybe they could have capitalized on that advantage a little bit more.
Yeah, so now we're going to rotate down here. They're just going to try and push that pressure right back here. We see Council, Yogi-Wan, and the rest of the red team here stepping up, trying to do something. Hanzo completes their quest.
They still want to try to support these sappers in, but the blue team are doing a good job of sort of baiting it in with their wave as well. Diablo is going to get the flip, but Johanna gets the on top, and that's going to be the subdue quest that they were looking for here. They were so close earlier on, but they just couldn't find it. But now they do, and now Yogi-Wan is being chased down. Gets the heal from Anduin, but is it going to be enough as the poison damage from Lunara comes out? There's a choking pollen as well, but it's actually Frisco on the Anduin that's going to go down, and they're not able to find a return kill either.
This level 4 subdue talent has now been completed, and it just got value. Even, I was going to say it gets value without being completed, because they were hitting consistently multiple heroes, and just the 80% slow, it's just so much, and really punished Anduin there, as preventing him from running away. So now it is up to the blue team. They are the underdogs in this series. and already they are looking so strong.
Yeah, the red team just need to, they'll make some adjustments in the team fights, perhaps stop clumping up together. Once they stop clumping up together, they'll be perfectly fine here. And look at the blue team here. Blaze has got the flank as well, wants to try and look for that stun here, but Diablo's taking a huge amount of damage here. Blaze goes in, there does get the double stun out, pops the active as well. They're chasing down Johanna here, doesn't have the Iron Skin available, and Johanna does fall down. Blaze still looking for more though, but needs to be careful as Lenara could just turn around. There's going to be full souls for Diablo now, and can they get the channel in? Obviously, they've got Hanzo for the interrupts as well.
Yeah, but the scatter doesn't scatter in the right way, and with double confirmation here, that altar phase goes through, evening up the core HP right now. Really using that Blaze in these 5v5s. It's such a powerful hero, and it's great to see it being picked up here in Division 6. Now, all that has to be that the red team keep this momentum, keep going with this, but level 10s are now being picked up for both teams.
Yeah, and we are going to see Apocalypse coming out, Light Bomb, Balls of Lightning, Bunker, and the Water Elements. On the other side, we've got the Arrow, we've got Blessed Shield, we've got Hordapult from Hogger, we've got Ancestral, and we've got Leaping Strike. So not going for that sort of pokey Thornwood Vines build, which is kind of more typical, really, especially into something like Diablo, where you can just keep baiting him almost with your range, and you can proc your level 7 talent quite easily as well. But opting for more that Leaping Strike, so probably going to look for those aggressive plays on the backliners.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what they go for here a little bit. Maybe when Anduin steps up a little too far, that's going to be the one who Phantom Swarm goes on. But right now it's a little bit of a 4 versus 5. Blaze not quite available, but that Apocalypse is going to be huge value in this stun choke point. Red team really putting the pressure onto this blue team, and Battle Mercy is in danger. They've been blocked by the bunker. It's superb use. Rhaegar goes down, Hogger goes down, and red team take this team fight handedly, even though they started off one member down.
Yeah, it was a huge light bomb engage from Diablo as well. Timed the Apocalypse really nicely. He didn't sort of overlap it with the light bomb. So he went in with the light bomb charge, waited for the stun, pressed the Apocalypse afterwards, and it was just sort of that perfect CC train. And then Blaze comes down as well with the perfect bunker block.
Yeah, it was also like all of the blue heroes were nicely spread out, and it almost made a beautiful carpet of red from the Apocalypse. It just made it so hard to avoid. So now it's up to them to try and get this channel. But blue team will be back soon, and Dwergman can interrupt again, I think. If Hanzo Arrow doesn't connect, though, then blue team are just going to have to run away with a tail between their legs.
Yeah, blue team scatter, just RNG unlucky, doesn't get the interrupt. It's very, very close to hitting Diablo there from the ricochet, but just did not quite find it. But now, red team, they're almost level 13 as well. They've got that experience advantage here, so they could just try and play it slow, get level 13 and then look for an aggressive push perhaps on the bottom lane. Blaze pushing out another wave into the mid lane as well, so definitely matching or outmatching the Hogger at the moment.
Yeah, so now Hogger is trying to put the pressure on the top lane a little bit, but as we've said, Blaze is just putting the pressure in the mid on instead. Sorry for the camera angles darting around there. Level 13s are here. We have Icy Flows. We have the healing from the pull from Anduin. Icy Veins, sorry. And interestingly, of course, we have Gloves of Elicity. So, part of the auto attack build, and it will help with getting a little bit more range on these enemy heroes.
Yeah, it's I'm not sure. I always find myself debating whether to go the movement speed or the range. Movement speed on an AA hero feels really nice. Greymane power spikes at 13 for that movement speed. Vala with auto attack build, once you get level 7, you get that movement speed. It feels really nice. But having the extra range as well is also just a really, really good talent. So I think both are perfectly fun to pick. I think it's just a comfort thing probably from both sides. As you look at the damage numbers quickly, you do see Cassia topping the charts for their team at 18k, but Hanzo on the other side just pooping out damage.
Yeah, it's that bouncy Irish pub owner Rick O'Shea is really helping with the Hanzo getting the damage. All of those scatter arrows doing so well, but now it looks to be a little bit of a trade over here as red team are in such a defensive position. The blue team are going aggressive against just Blaze, and they've been blocked over here by this garbage pile, but Blaze able to get in the bunker means that they're able to turn it around. Now out comes the light bomb. The Apocalypse means that Hogger is no more.
Yeah, but Jack's going to be taken down by Lunara as well. As there's that leaping strike jumping over, making sure they get the kill. But Diablo goes in, gets the stun onto Lunara as well. Lunara gets the leaping strike out, gets the Ancestral as well, and will be just fine. And that's 3 members of the red team. But meanwhile, Jaina channeling here, but I think they are going to get interrupted. So it's a 4v4 over this mid altar here. 9 seconds for Hogger, 17 for Blaze. So the red team need to try and force the blue team back here to try and make sure they get that cap back. Yeah, Diablo goes in, gets the stun onto Lunara here, but may have taken a bit too much damage, but the channel isn't going to go through either, but the damage from Jaina comes out, and the blue team are going to have to slightly retreat, but Hogger is on the way back.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost like the offlaners don't even exist in this game sometimes. That's Towers of Doom for you, and here we are. The 4 versus 4 turns into a 4 versus 5. Blaze seeming to head to a different part of the map, but the blue team are stepping forward. They know they have this small advantage, but what is it? Phantom Swarm is so low on health and could get blown up here by Jaina. Jaina pops the Water Elemental, but Jaina is taken down by the Leaping Strike, and on the other side of things, the Hanzo arrow interrupts the Diablo charge. They get 2 kills, they get 3, and they're going to be looking to surround this Blaze in this bunker. Can they find anything more? But no, Jax is full HP. Obviously, they just came back from respawning.
Yeah, it was a really nice engage from Diablo. Gets the light bomb engage as well again. But this time, the blue team were ready. The cleanse came out, the Hanzo arrow to follow up, the Hogger stun afterwards. And it was just a really nice turnaround for them. So they're back in the game now. 6 kills to 4 in their favor. 24 shots on their core against 28 of the red. But it's the experience that matters, and they're all square.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Leaping Strike get the sort of burst value there against the Jaina, and that's sort of what this build does. It's all about getting that quick burst rather than the slow, long, painful choke. So it's good to see, you know, the variety of Jaina playstyles come out. Now, level 16 is here for the blue team. They are finally in the lead once again, but they are behind still on core HP. They need to find themselves a little bit more of an advantage if they want to come back into this game.
Yeah, level 16's momentarily in for the red team. And interestingly, Diablo's going for a W build with Apocalypse as well. So typically with Apocalypse, you tend to see W4, W7, and then 13 and 16 tends to be the old school standard kind of, you know, the QEQ Diablo, but opting for W build here, so lots more survivability from him, and obviously it will weaken them as well. Johanna's already popped the Iron Skin here. There's going to be the Blessed Shield coming out. Hands arrow as well to follow up, but there's a light bomb from Diablo here. Walks back in, doesn't quite connect though. Jaina with the damage, the Water Elemental coming through, the Ancestral on Johanna, keeping her topped up nicely, and now Lunara's just going to try and run them down.
Yeah, but without the Vision talent on level 1, obviously they got it from the Wisp rather than the Poison. They weren't to know quite how much damage has been done to the red team, and the red team get away with it for now. So blue team nice and fully supported, but Apocalypse is still a cooldown that the red team have available to them.
Yeah, Apocalypse and Bunker available. On the other side, we've just got Leaping Strikes and Horde Pult available from Hogger. So in the top side, we are going to see Hogger and Blaze trading out the altars. Hogger, again, that's slightly a little bit quicker than Blaze at capping, so Hogger will be able to have that advantage coming down here, but now the red team as well. Cassia is taking a lot of damage. Johanna doesn't have the Blessed Shield available because that's subdue damage. There's going to be the slow as well. Horrible coming in from Hogger here. Cassia goes in aggressively with the Fend. Andrew and Despy trying to stay alive, but there's a Leaping Strike to finish them off, and Cassia goes down, and they're not done yet as Hogger goes back in, tries to get the kill on Frisco. There's going to be the light bomb coming through from Diablo. It's a big stun, and Hogger goes down as well. It's a 4v4, but Jaina goes down as well. So does Rhaegar. It's a bloodbath here for both sides. Hanzo goes down as well. I think the red team are going to be cleaning up here. Lunara having to retreat. Does have one more Leaping Strikes available though, should she get into trouble, and there she goes. Leaping Strike away to safety.
I can't believe it, Aviator. It looked so good for the blue team. They got such a good kill onto the Cassia. They were looking to sustain. Anduin was super low, but they kept peeling back, and a fantastic job from the Blaze and the Diablo for locking in on that Hogger, really making sure there was no escape for them, and it just meant that they could turn around and get a 2-for-3 trade, and of course the altar phase. Super stuff from Neo Unity. This is why they are the favourites in this match.
It was just a huge light bomb from Andrew. You have to give credit to the healers. The healers always go unnoticed, I think, in a lot of plays and a lot of playmaking stuff. But the light bomb onto Diablo, they're connecting on 3. Hogger just could not press any buttons, and Hogger went down to that Jaina damage. Obviously, in the chokes as well, Jaina's going to be just pumping out damage. They've got that Northern Exposure as well. Shout outs to them for that level 16. So not going for the more common root talent, but going for that just blow up.
Yeah, and we saw it there. We saw it there. It did get value. Even after Jaina died, there was still the blizzard coming down on top of them. So right now the red team feeling a little bit more confident. They're ahead in XP. They're trying to push in these sappers once again into this bottom. They've been slowly sieging, but there's a long way to go. And Thorpe goes in. They pop the APOC a little bit, perhaps thinking they had the overpower, but Lunara's movement speed is really hard. There's a lot of CC going out, the Blessed Shield as well as there, but the Ancestral comes through, keeping Johanna alive. Diablo does go down, but Johanna in return. The Bouncing Ball comes out. Jaina does fall on the other side of things, and it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade here, but Diablo loses his souls.
Yeah, Diablo coming back did die and then respawn before the other death, so did proc that plus 10 souls for the kill, so he's back already up to 37 souls for him. So it doesn't feel quite as bad as it used to, where you die and you come back at 0 souls and you do the classic Diablo double death.
Yeah, but this is a hard place now for the blue team. They're having to trade out these altars, but they don't want to do that. They're going to be down onto 12 HP, Aviator.
Yeah, 12 HP on their core, but bot lane, the sappers are in. They do have equal pressure in the bottom lane as well. If anything, they're slightly ahead in the bottom bell tower structure. So it's all going to go back to this bottom lane as well. The offlaners go back to their job, where, let's be honest, no one really cares for them. They'll soak the lanes, and really it's all about this bottom lane.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And level 20s are just around the corner here for both teams. Red team are going to be picking up slightly early with this minion wave that they are clearing. And now that means that they have the Hellgate, the upgraded Chastise, as well as the Titan's Armor, I believe, Titan's Revenge. So now they ignore armor as well. And of course, Winter's Mute, a fantastic hero for Jaina.
It is a really, really good upgrade. Obviously, you've got Hellgate from Diablo as well to maybe look for those blink plays. But on the other side, there's equal level 20s. We do see Blinded by the Light by Johanna, so for that Storm Shield, that extra protection from them. Bullseye from Hanzo for an extra stun follow-up. No control from Hogger, which sometimes can just solo win the game. The Ancestral upgrade, and obviously we've got Intensifying Toxin from Lunara as well. So, I'm curious to see, at the moment, the blue team's sort of flaw in fights, I think, is that they're getting a really good Blessed Shield, and then the Hanzo arrows sort of too close at the moment, It's that, like, they've got nothing else to follow up on it, so they pop it. Whereas if Hanzo can take a couple of steps back, adjust, get the bigger arrow, or maybe look to engage with arrow with Blessed Shield follow-up, they will just steamroll these fights.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Winter's Mute, I'd have said that, hands down, blue team really come through here at level 20. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. As, of course, Lunara's damage will also upgrade itself quite a bit at this level 20. And we already see Thorak just getting annihilated. Now they're looking to put pressure on him. They're jumping over. Obviously, not a great deal of damage done here. But out comes the Dragon's Arrow. It does connect, but quickly worn off. Out comes the No Control, spinning around, trying to find something, really disrupting the backline. And it's going to be Jaina that goes down first. That is possibly the deadliest target on the other side. Hogger is going to get Ancestral's the whole team, and a couple of kills are super nice here. Now the blue team, they need to chase down here, as Anduin is already doing the channel here in the top. Hogger goes for the spin. Oh, doesn't quite find it quick enough, but might be able to get a quick kill on Fresco. The Chastise misses out on the other side of here. Diablo and Cassia are going to go down to the rest of the blue team, and they're looking to maybe try and get themselves a quick team wipe, or perhaps a couple of bits of value here of getting the bot lane and a couple of sappers in.
Yeah, I mean, nice team fight. The blue team were full HP after that team fight. The red team sort of kind of overstepped, took too much damage for free, and then they were already on the back foot when they get engaged upon here. But Frisco needs to be a little bit careful in the spot, and they're just going to have to give whatever they want at the moment, because Lunara will chase them down if they have to.
Yeah, we have, of course, here the boss being taken from the top. And I like this decision. Lots of people say, boss isn't worth it. But when you've got 8 HP on your core, boss is definitely worth it, because it just stops you from losing the game in sort of a blink of an eye, when it could be one channel and one boss away from it. But we're going to look to have a 6 cap. A 6 cap here.
Potentially, yeah. Jaina going up top side to clear. The red team realise they need to defend top lane with everything, and they've sent everything up. Blaze goes in with a big stun, though, connecting. The light bomb comes through from Blaze as well, but Lunara is able to get out with 20 HP, but the Winter Mute takes him down. But Jaina falls as well from that Blessed Shield and the Hanzo Arrow stun, but there's going to be a knockback from Hogger. Blaze able to get away and gets that bunker as well, and now Cassia chasing down Hogger here, getting that ignore armor as well. Diablo goes in, gets the flip, but there's going to be an Ancestral. Can they get the kill before the pop? No, they can't. Blinded by the Light comes out from Johanna as well, and Diablo goes in with the Hell Hellgate. Link trying to chase down Hogger. Hogger is still alive somehow. 300 HP from them, and they just don't die on the side of the blue team here. Big 7 from Blaze again onto that Johanna, but they just can't translate these fights to kills.
Yeah, they can't, and this is a crucial stage. It is essentially match point right now for the red team. If they don't get one of these caps, they are lights out for the blue team. They're going to pick up 6 core points right now and leave the other one. Hogger surviving so long. They didn't have the Ancestral on them, by the way. It was the residual healing, the 75% other healing that was keeping them up, as well as the double proc, the blinded by the light, and of course, healing from their own abilities, just keeping them alive. And I swear they died at one point. I swear they died.
Spoiler, they didn't.
Spoiler.
But they need to realize they need to defend bot lane here, because there's going to be 3 sappers going through for the blue team here. So mid lane, interestingly on Towers of Doom, mid lane is the only lane you don't really need to worry about. Your wave will naturally push in and take the tower back itself as well, just from the way it works. So bot side here, 3 sappers are going to be coming in. They'll have 5 members all back now from the blue team. There's another sapper camp available. You know, if all 6 of these go through, it's lights out again, but we're going to see Johanna forced to pop the Iron Skin early here. Cassia goes in. They're just looking at the moment. They're able to clear out the 3 sappers. Obviously, they do have Jaina able to drop that Blizzard and just one-shot the sapper camp.
Yeah, Jaina is so good for doing these sort of things, just cleaning that out. And, you know, Blaze is doing a great job of trying to equalize the map. Now it is all down to this one bit at the bottom here. 6 HP to 6 HP. It could not be more even in core HP, but the blue team have the advantage. They have the momentum, but they are fighting on the edge of the kill zone, and they need to be so careful.
Yeah, Blaze goes in there, misses his charge, misses the stun, but able to get out to safety. Forced to pop his trait, though, so won't have that available now. Oh, well, it'll be back in 30 seconds, that adrenaline stim pack. Sorry, no, the trait, not the active. So it's a bit of a cooldown for Blaze. It's going to be knocked back up for another 70 seconds for them.
Yeah, we now see this is the choke. This is a good choke for Hanzo to play in, and this is exactly where they want to be. And the flip from Hogger is so good, but Lunara gets obliterated by the Winter's Mew on the other side of things. So Hogger and Hanzo take care of Hanzo and the Anduin. The bunker is just not going to be enough here to save them, as that is just so far forward. But right now, they're trying their desperately. The Winter's Mew, the Jaina, is trying so hard to put damage on. They're trying to get this Hanzo on the other side, but he is able to avoid. Kalzor is falling lower and lower. The damage, everything is gone. Johanna takes them down, but Hogger goes down as well. The red team are just putting out so much damage. They're trying to do everything, but with Hanzo still alive at 100 HP, they are killing Diablo right back in return.
Crossfire the Hanzo! Crossfire!
It's trying! They're trying! Okay. They've got to be so careful here.
Yeah, Diablo's coming back here, and Diablo could go back in, you know, and might even get... No, not able to get the interrupt here.
I mean, the blue team are obviously debating. They were like, if we get one more tower, we can win this. But they need to be thinking about other things. There's 50 seconds left on the boss. There is this siege camp up and available here. The other one is available in 30 seconds. Can they push through in the bot lane quick enough? I think the red team will be back to defend it. I think this is dire straits here for the red team, but they have the resources available.
Yeah, they do, and the bad thing is for the blue team, if they overcommit to this in the bottom lane and get wiped, you know, they will lose the game as well. So it's a really kind of perilous position for both sides almost. So red team just want to let this wave come through, clear it up nicely. So there's going to be 6 sappers though, going to be faced down this bottom lane.
Yeah, it is indeed. They have to think about how are they going to do this. They have a Winter's Mute available. They have a lot of tools. I don't know if they've got Hellgate.
We've already dropped Blizzard on the ground, though. That's dangerous here. Look at the Blast Shield coming through here. The stun, the knockback as well. They need to get rid of the sappers. The Winter Mute is popped on the ground as well. Jenny using all the cooldowns, and they make sure they get rid of 3 sappers, but there's 3 more coming through. But we don't have the Blast Shield from the blue team now. But I think they're not going to overcommit, so they are playing it nicely. They realize they don't have the Blast Shield. They know it's a single altar in the bottom lane. They have the control, and the red team are forced to wrap around.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen, maybe, in that fight, Hogger just push mid. Because it would have split red team. It would have made sure that they had to respond to mid. Because mid would have given them one shot as well. So we see now the engage comes in. There's no Dragon's Arrow. There's no Blessed Shield. And out comes the Hellgate. They're trying to find something. Hogger is going hog-wides, spinning so much damage. Jaina goes down. Diablo is going to go down as well. And out comes the Ancestral, keeping people alive. Cassia is looking lower and lower. Phantom Storm trying to put the pressure onto Anduin, but ultimately the red team has just been dismantled by the blues, and it looks like the blue team are going to be able to take this victory.
Yeah, Blaze on the run, already used bunker. Blaze is going to go down. They've used all the cooldowns on both sides, but it's not enough. Oh, Hogger going to get the kill. And yeah, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, GG, well played. Game number 1 goes over to Svartalheim.
It's so unlucky, actually. The red team just kind of got split at the end. Jabber looks to engage on Johanna, couldn't get it, and then Hogger just kind of cleaned up really with no control.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive, and you know, it's in those chokes. It's going to be tricky, and they fell further and further behind after being so well in control of the game. Neo Unity obviously doing a grand job and having some incredible team fights, but honestly, you know, these late game stages are where the game is won. I mean, what can you learn here from Neo Unity? You've got a best of 5 series. There's a potential 4 more maps in this series.
I mean, yes, 4 more maps potentially here this evening. I mean, that game was very back and forth. You know, either team could have won it. I just think the blue team the red team just kind of lost their composure at the end, and then they just never really found it back either. You know, they had a lot of damage, they had a lot of blow-ups, but they just weren't finding the sort of engagement. And the level 20s, you know, shout-outs to Rhaegar, Johanna. I think the Blinded by the Light value they got, the Ancestral 20 value they got as well was just huge.
Yeah, I'll just show the talents here on the screen quickly. And you can see, you know, the Ancestral, Farseer's Blessing, a lot of value here, as well as obviously Winter's Mute. Don't doubt these level 20 talents. They are certainly very good. You can look at the stats as well. Hanzo topping the charts with 121,000. And on the other team, Cassia with just under 100k. So a lot of value here for both teams.
Yeah, you know, you have to say as well, the Abolished Magic got a lot of work as well on those blaze stuns as well. Obviously, it's a self cleanse and cleanses someone else as well from the CC. So it's a very underrated talent. I think people kind of sleep on it a lot, especially in lower divisions. So yeah, nicely played by them.
Yeah, very, very nicely played. So we're going to have to see what's going to be picked up now here on the other sides of the teams. Obviously, Neo Unity down. They've lost their game. They've lost not a game. They've lost a map against Svartalheim, something they didn't do in the best of 3. It's going to be interesting to see what they can pick up here.
Yeah, they get their first map win against the Titans, and I guess of Division 6. As you said, they are technically speaking the underdogs. Obviously, it was all very close. It was one win away of them finishing third and the other team finishing first kind of situation. So, but yeah, you know, you do have to take the favorite seed against the third seed. So, the moment 1-0 to the underdog.
Yeah, obviously all those prediction points will be going out to people right now, and a lot of it was predicted on top of Neo Unity. So those who predicted Svartalheim will be cleaning up right now.
It's just 10k of my points, by the way.
Oh, it's your points.
It's just literally 10k of mine.
I've been forgetting to bet my points. I'll be honest. But you know,
channel points are.
I used to have over 100k Aviator. I used to have over 100k.
Channel points?
Yeah. I bet them all in the Athena Championship.
I mean, I still have a lot of the old school, you know, back when we used to do the stream elements
points. Yeah. Back in the day.
I'm still ranked 32, you know, top 32 on that.
So we've just had someone do ! Sign up as well. Dream Strike, yes, Heroes Lounge is a amateur league, and you can sign up either as an individual or as a team of, well, any number. Either if 5 or more, or if you're less, we will assign some spare players. Our winners of the Division 7 actually were a team of 4 that signed up and had a free agent assigned to them, and they won the league. So yeah, definitely come get involved in Heroes Lounge.
So, Garden of Terror for map number 2, by the way, transparent.
Yeah, we had this
similar in a sense to the only similarities really between this and Towers is is compositions will work on both maps, right? So it could be the same drafts again. Globals obviously still matter. We saw Dahaka being banned out. Greymane, Camp Clear. It's a hero pick that Neo Unity definitely really enjoy. So that could come out as well for them.
Yep, everyone's just taking a little bit of a break here, a little bit of a breather. Make sure you've got some water next to you. Aviator, have you got some water?
I have Lucozade, I have Squash, I have everything possible. And it's, I never like being that typical British person complaining about the weather, but my God, it's hot.
It's a blimey, it's a heater today, isn't it?
It is pretty
scorchio.
But I live right by the sea, so we're used to warm weather, but you always get that sort of natural sea breeze coming off the sea, and it's always a little bit cooler here. But today there is no circulation, windows open, doors open, doing absolutely nothing. So anyway, we enjoy it while it lasts for a few days, and then we can go back to the wet weather.
Yeah, not everyone is in Britain. Okay, people are saying 4 30-minute games incoming. So, we're trying not to bake. Also, it's the worry of how long will it take for my PC to melt? It's been live now for 3 hours 32, and I've now got a spare fan underneath to try and ventilate a bit more as we're in the hottest parts of the day. So, we're just waiting for our teams to get ready, of course. But yeah, Heroes Lounge, Season 19, sign-ups are open. If you have any memes you make about sign-ups of Season 19, please feel free to send them to me, and I will potentially tweet them on the Heroes Lounge Twitter. I've got White Tiger to make me some memes. So if you like memes of sign-ups, also check out the Heroes Lounge Twitter, which is Heroes Lounge GG, I think, on Twitter.
Have you had any memes sent in, or was it just from White Tiger?
I mean, I asked White Tiger, and he sent me one. So
okay,
we've got that going for it.
At least we have one going for it. Okay, it looks like both teams are ready though, so we don't have to listen to Transparent talk about sending him the memes at Twitter. So once we get Eric to start the button, we'll head into map number 2, Garden of Terror. Awkward pause.
I tried to time it with the transition, and it almost worked. I did the long transition, Aviator. We'll see. So, game number 2, Garden of Terror. A different map, of course. Very, very different to what we just saw on Towns of Doom. What is the priority going to be here for these teams?
I mean, I think Neo Unity just need to go back to their comfort as well. They really like playing Rhaegar. They really like Greymane paired with it. They picked the Anduin. And I think the Anduin, I mean, they've played it as well themselves in the season, but it's also the top healer pick of the side of Svartalheim. So I think perhaps maybe it was like a denial pick as well. Sometimes you draft with that in mind, like, oh, our opponents really like this hero. Let's pick it. Let's take it away from them as well. We like it as well. But I think, just go with the Rhaegar, go with the Greymane, go with your top consistent picks as well. If Junkrat gets through the bans, obviously you're going to pick it up as well.
Yeah.
And maybe ban out Lenara if Lenara is a comfort pick for the other side. I mean, I don't think it did a huge. I must admit, I don't think it was pivotal for them winning the game. It wasn't exactly the carry of the comp, but it did. It was just a comfort pick for them, right?
Yeah, and it certainly allowed them to have a little bit of extra space. Lunara really can do that with harassment, creating space and zoning them out. But we see Varian being banned out for Svartalheim here, and Sylvanas was the ban for Neo Unity. Is this another map where they need to be considering to ban the Junkrat?
Yes, for sure. If Junkrat's let through, it's just going to be first picked, for sure. I wonder if any of these teams do any sort of cheeky, the Lost Vikings or Abatha. It doesn't look like it from a quick search, but whether they're going to save it for a moment, the grand finals of the Division Cup is definitely going to be that moment. But we are going to get the Anduin ban, so I think they're going to look for a Rhaegar first pick.
Yeah, it could well be, especially on this map. It is such a good hero. Rhaegar can clear camps by themselves. They can pick up camps by themselves. They have the good healing, the sustain for the longer fights. It's just a good general all-round tool, possibly his best map. But there is the Junkrat ban, as expected. It is just something you have to watch out for when it can be so annoying. And obviously, they've played against them already. They know how annoying it can be.
Yeah, so I'd expect Rhaegar first pick here. On the other side, you're going to have Johanna Hogger maybe, or Johanna Hanzo, something like that. Obviously, Johanna is a comfort pick for the other team. And then number 2, 3 for the red team. Maybe they pick up the Grey main, they pick up the Blaze again as well. And they just kind of change it up to something like that. But actually, they're going to go for Dahaka first pick. So Rhaegar will go over to the other side, I assume. Because those are the two heroes that, healer-wise anyway, that these two teams seem to really value.
Yeah, and absolutely, you should be thinking about that Rhaegar. I did good jobs here, but we have Johanna being picked up here by Dwergman. Once again, that was something that they picked up in game number 1, and I like it here in Garden of Terror as well. I like it perhaps more on Garden of Terror than I do on other maps. And Rhaegar, these are two great heroes to have in your pool because it just means that you can pretty much have any DPS on the other side of things.
Interestingly, Neo Unity have not played on Garden this season either, by the way.
Oh, so this
is their first time. And Svartalheim, it's not a map that they've picked often themselves. They've picked it once, but it's been picked against them 6 times, and they've got a 71% win rate by them. But they're going for double global. They're going to have Brightwing being picked up and Hanzo being picked away. So not opting for that Greyman as we mentioned. Now, I wonder, will they get rid of the Lunara in their 3rd ban phase? If they know it's a comfort pick, they know it does work. They've already banned out the Sylvanas that they feel threatened by. They've taken away Dahaka as well. Maybe ban out the Lunara or ban out another DPS that they feel is a bit more of a threat.
Yeah, and with this, I think a Muradin ban is not what I expected. Diablo is still definitely a pick that you can play on this map.
Yes, it is, I guess. Yeah, it's a very good map, but obviously with the comp at the moment, I mean, you've only shown Hanzo, I guess, and obviously Brightwing paired with Diablo is very nice as well. But I don't think... I'm not sure the Neo Unity even playing... No, they have played Meridian a couple of times. Diablo seems to be their less picked tank, though. Doesn't seem to be their comfort. They've only picked it once in the regular season. They won that map, of course, with it, but is only a regular thing. But we do see the Hogger ban coming out. Obviously, it does leave Blaze still available. Something like a Sonya leap as well could be lethal to the backline. And there it is.
Yeah, Sonya coming out here. Another good pick here because, of course, Sonya very good with picking up camps themselves. And equally, they are pretty damn good at threatening backliners like Hanzo. Like you just said, that leap can be deadly on top of it all. But Brightwing can quickly shut it down with a polymorph.
Yeah, and the cleanse timing as well, obviously. You can proc the heal from it as well. And it's almost like having a mini Ancestral then, if you can time the cleanse properly on the stun or a slow. Actually, Brightwing Cleanse will work on the Lunara poison slow, right? So even if Lunara's just auto-attack the Hanzo, for example, and then Sonya leaps, if Brightwing presses Cleanse, Hanzo will just get a big heal from that. But we are going to have Anubarak and Jaina.
Yeah, predictions are up and available, by the way. Of course, if you want to predict
really like
who's going to win, we have an Imperius coming in here as a third frontline for Svartalheim.
Yeah, I really like that pickup here. I think blue team's draft is just favourable.
Yeah, I mean, it is deadly. The Jaina, once again, was super good on the outside of the red team. But ultimately, this pushing forward, really going to go aggressive here, especially with the additional wave clear that you have with Johanna and Rhaegar. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, I also think, Anubarak really burrow charging in. They've got blow up with Jaina as well, but this is a draft where if Lunara goes leaping strikes, I'm not really sure what she's doing, if that makes sense, because you kind of just want to follow up on your Blessed Shield or your Imperious Q. You're not going to go and make your solo plays. So I think having Thornwood Vines playing a lot more backline as the solo range DPS, play Thornwood with Choking Pollen. It's actually more damage than Leaping Strikes anyway, even if you press 2 Leaping Strikes because you've got 3 Thornwoods. But let's see what they want to pick. Sometimes it's a comfort thing as well. Some people just really like having that kind of escape function. But let's head into game number 2.
Yep, and here on the blue team we have Iron Fist Man here on the Imperious, the Workman on Johanna, Najabani Zerg on the Sonya. We have Battle Mercy on Rhaegar, and Lunara is played by Phantom Swarm. They are Svartalheim.
And the red side, we've got Frisco on Brightwing, Calzador playing Hanzo, Yogiwan playing Jaina, Thork playing Anubarak, and we've got Dahaka played by Jax for Neo Unity.
Yeah, so as we see it here, it comes down here to the middle. And we have some fairly standard builds all around, if I'm honest. Nothing surprising.
At level 1?
Yeah.
I mean, Jaina going for Pierce at level 1. Sorry, the extra Q range at level 1, which means they're obviously they still need a mana talent with Jaina. You know, you can play without a mana talent if you've got something like a Malfurion with you, but without it, you are definitely going to need to pick up a mana talent at level 4 now instead of going for that Globes at level 1. So let's see what they kind of opt for. Imperius going for Q as well at 1. That's something you don't see nowadays.
No, I would have probably expected, actually, the W, you know, just to help a little bit with some things. Ooh. But there we go. The Q gets hit. Kalzor is in a little bit of danger. Brightwing comes out. Is going to be fine for now. Though Brightwing's such a good asset on this map, especially when these potential ganks from the Imperius and the rest of the team. But obviously, yeah, we now have this the triple front line. We've got Imperius, Johanna, and Sonya all in their waves, all doing fine and dandy, while Lunara and Rhaegar pick up the camps. This is exactly what the blue team want to do, and it's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I just think blue team's draft. Hanzo needs to really care for the Imperius. You know, it's one of those things where Imperius can fall sort of 50% HP, lands 1 Q, and then, you know, later on in the game can just solo kill the Hanzo themselves as well and get that solo belly. But we are going to see camp for camp in the bottom lane, but obviously this is a hard camp from the blue team versus the easy camp of the red team in the bottom lane. Hanzo isn't the greatest at clearing it, especially pre-4 when you don't have those explosive arrows either.
Yeah, so, of course, right now, blue team still just picking up camps, and this is exactly what they want to do. Just keep doing this, and Iron Fistman is looking to threaten Kalzor a little bit, and with the help of Phantom Swarm, I reckon they can get this whole front wall.
Yeah, I think the walls pretty much are gone at the moment, unless they rotate Jaina down. Jaina's the only one that can really sort of wave through it. I think once they realise the hard camp had been taken, I think red team should have probably rotated Hanzo up to do the easy camp and Jaina to come down and clear. But Brightwing's teleported down now, so 1 tower is gone in the bottom lane. Some damage being taken by Brightwing as well, and this gate is going to fall. So yeah, as you said, the whole wall is probably going to be taken here by the blue team. It's a nice little push from them coming out as well.
And the great thing here, Rhaegar, of course, being Rhaegar, is able to take the siege camp. You know, that's exactly what they can do. And, you know, I'm not quite sure about the Earthbind totem placement there. You have to be careful with your mana early game, but they're going to be able to pick up that camp, and they'll have a little bit of additional pressure during this first seed phase.
Yeah, it's on the blue team side as well, so it's on Svartalheim's sort of territory, so it'll be a lot easier for them to cap it, forcing the red team to try and step into them as well. Less room to retreat. But Hanzo not able to get that into. I thought that went through, but that must have been sort of milliseconds involved there.
Yeah, so blue team really picking up a nice advantage right now. No kills, of course, on either side. And we're just going to see a little bit of rotation. But this bot lane has been punished by the blues so far.
Yeah, it's just that kind of Lunara just able to just clear slowly. Did go for Nature's Culling as well, so won't go for that extra Q range, but needs to be a little bit careful. It doesn't want to take too much damage from Hanzo for free, but obviously with Rhaegar as well, able to heal them back up nicely. Jaina's going to start the Bruiser camp in the top side for the red team, so they're timing this nicely. Hopefully be pushing whilst the seed is there as well. Maybe they can get a war of their own as well with Jaina PvE damage.
Yeah, of course Sonya, though, is a lot better at clearing this up than W-built Hanzo. Which W-built Hanzo on this map is going to mean that they have a little bit less of the wave clear in general, but we'll be able to do a lot of damage on some of this. Nice burrow here from Thoric, meaning to negate the Impale from Imperius.
Yeah, it's that the W-built from Hanzo, it's quite common in sort of competitive, I guess, on this map when you want that extra wave clear. Camp clear. Obviously, you do sacrifice a little bit of wave clear if you're solo in the lane, but as long as they play their lanes correctly here, they'll be fine. But Johanna's already popped the Iron Skin there, so they could turn around and try and get some focus on, but Yogi-Wan opting to be a little bit more careful. Topside Sonya's going to have to clear that hard camp as well, and we do have Brightwing in the bot lane that's able to teleport in at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and teleporting in now. The action has been taken. Dahaka was in the flank, already ready, waiting there for 10 seconds, but the damage is just so much from the Lunara. Jaina trying their best to catch up with it on the other side, but Jex is going to go down as a really good Impale comes out from Iron Fistman. Dwergman a little bit in trouble. The blinds are there. The poison is taking down Jaina. Frisco able to get away for now, but Thoric has to burrow charge right away for the time being.
Yeah, Lunara's going to chase them down here. If they've got Choke in, which they do available, then Phantom Swarm able to get that kill as well onto a Nubrak. It looked so good for the red team, and then all of a sudden just looked so bad. It just, yeah, again, they're just sort of the blue team are just sort of playing the team fights better.
I mean, it's that thing when you have this triple front line, is that they are so much harder to kill, and all that burst that you thought that you had to be able to kill someone in this fight, it's got to land on the right target, and there's just one less target for it to land on. And you know, Imperius was able to survive in that fight, as was Johanna, with sort of the tools that they had and just the HP difference that it takes. Jaina and Hanzo can have a little bit more later on, but right now it's going to be so tough for them to get kills.
It is leaping strikes again as well. I just think, I don't know, with solo ranged comps, it just seems so odd to me. You know, you kind of don't want to be in their faces as such at that point. You kind of just want to play more backline. But maybe maybe Lunara player doesn't feel threatened by any player of the blue team, so it's just again picking that sort of comfort pick for them.
It's leap on leaping strike. It's double leap.
True. Actually, if there's a double, you have to pick it, right? It's ARAM rules, of course.
ARAM rules.
But again, bot lane, we do have this push coming in from the blue team, and they're not opting to go straight for the tribute here. They're opting to just push down this fort and try and take it for free. But Jaina's obviously here as well, able to get out a lot of damage onto that camp. Nubrak comes in, misses the burrow charge, unfortunately. Johanna already used the Iron Skin. Spear is going to connect from Imperius now. There's going to be the Blessed Shields level 10s hit. There's going to be the Leaping Strikes coming in. Doesn't get the kill though onto a Nubrak as the teleport from Brightwing is good, and level 10s are in for them as well. Miz going to be the Water Elemental on the ground. Hanzo still has arrow available. They still have Cocoon as well. Hanzo could look for an arrow here, and they could follow up with Cocoon as well, and then go back in. But Spear is going to come through from Imperius now, chasing down the Jaina here, but not able to find the kill so far. It's still a 4v5 as Dahaka clearing out in the top lane, but now Dahaka's going to be burrowing it in, looking for that drag. Does connect the drag onto Rhaegar. Here's going to be the Burrow Charge as well, but meanwhile Dahaka full support the stasis, gets it off though. Before they go down, there's going to be Emerald's Wind coming out, and Johanna goes down. So does Sonya as well. Cocoon comes through onto Lunara here. Arrow unfortunately misses. The polymorph comes through, but the cleanse is there from Rhaegar. Hanzo goes in, wants to chase down Miss Lunara. I don't think they're going to be able to find it. And Hanzo needs to be careful if he gets speared. But no, Imperius chooses not to.
I can't believe the blue team lost that team fight. They were doing so well, and they had so much damage. Sonya held on to Leap for a long time as well before it was incredibly good. But yeah, equally, Brightwing held on to the Emerald Wind until the perfect moment. Superb stuff from both teams.
Didn't expect an Emerald Wind. It's been a minute since I've seen that talent be picked. So when it came out, I was really confused why the blue team were just moving.
Yeah.
And then I realised it was an Emerald Wind from the Brightwing. Obviously, they are going to sacrifice a little bit more consistent heal here. Lunara able to leap and strike out though. Yeah, I guess showing the value of the talent, but there's going to be Spear connecting onto Jaina here. Jaina's taking a lot of damage here. Johanna's going to come through as well. There is a Blessed Shield available, but the Emerald Wind's going to be interrupted. Blessed Shield comes through as well, and Frisco, without that blink heal, isn't able to get out to safety, and they go down.
I was going to ask what you thought the value of Blessed Shield here versus Falling Sword was, and we just saw it there, just having a little additional lockdown to stop the retreat of some enemy heroes like the Brightwing, like the Anubrak, and they just pick up a kill there just from having the Blessed Shield rather than the Falling Sword.
Yeah, I think Blessed is probably better here as well. They want to just go for that, you know, Imperius gets a spear, chunks them for about 30-40% HP, Blessed Shield follow-up, or Blessed Shield into spear, you know, it's just such a nice engage them. I think without it, they'd lack that sort of engage, or it'd only be a Sonya Leap or Imperius Spear. And when you're forced to rely on those engages, I think it's just slightly unreliable.
Yeah, but we have now the first objective going over to the side of the blue team, and they're leaving this top one to push by itself. The mid is the focus for the 3-man, and we see Imperius solo pushing at the bottom into some siege giants that Hanzo has brought with him.
Yeah, so bot lane should be able to be defended quite nicely, as Hanzo's playing it pretty safe here, getting those scatter arrows in as well. Obviously, not the explosive arrows, but Imperius is looking though, misses the spear though, and is going to tank some tower shots now, and Hanzo's going to put some free damage on them, but we'll be able to defend out the bot lane. Mid lane defended quite nicely. Cocoon's coming through on Johanna as well.
Yeah, once again, the leaping strike, meaning the Phantom Swarm can dance around the enemy team. Out comes the Dragon's Arrow, not quite connecting. Out comes the Ancestral. Now the Zerg is putting on the pressure onto Frisco. Frisco, no blink heal, of course.
Yes!
But out comes the Emerald
Yes!
Wind. It's superb. Lunara puts themselves in danger. And now we have the red team putting on the pressure, trying to find something. Kalzazor is in a little bit of worry here as Iron Fistman tries to find something with the Wrath of Angiris.
What? Okay.
Well, it was really well defended here by the red team. No forts go down, which is so unlikely on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Garden of Terror.
Well done.
I don't usually make that meme, and I don't really approve of the Tomb of the Curse of the Spider Queen or whatever it's called. but it just fell out there. It just fell out.
Yes. Well done. But red team are chasing them down here. They get the stun, they get the drag, they pull them out of the chain of damage, but Sonya's got to walk back through that chain of damage and is still going to go down. Nice quick kill there. And with that, surely this is going to be a fort going down in the top lane here. Bot side, though, obviously they're going to lose their fort as well, I think, as Imperius and Rhaegar could probably walk down and take it. But top lane, they get another drag onto Johanna here, who oversteps slightly and is going to get taken down.
The red team are angry. They are furious, and they want to get back into this series and back into the series. They have just done so. They take the first fort of this game. They are getting a few kills, picking up in a kill lead now. They're going to lose this bot fort to Imperius and a hard camp, but ultimately, you know, they have a bit of momentum behind them.
Yeah. We do see it's going to be Giant Slayer from Hanzo coming out at level 16. So wanting for that more percent damage on this tanky front line of the triple sort of the double bruiser setup coming out from Svartalheim. And Dahaka with that global still just pushing out in the top lane. But this means the red team are able to pick up their second seed of the game for free.
Yeah, and you know, they absolutely want to keep picking these up. The next one is going to be their objective. So having this pressure, having this global advantage of the Brightwing and the Dahaka really means they can put the pressure on their enemy team, because the blue team have to consistently pick up these seeds, otherwise the red team will get an objective. And the next seed is spawning on the blue team side of the map. The red team's side of the map, where they still have their two forts.
Yeah, so they've got retreat cover available for them, so it makes it slightly easier for that team, the side that it's on as well. Obviously, if they had no forts available, top or bottom lane, it'd be an even kind of contested point. But it was the red team. But when we said this before, we have seen the other team, the team that we thought were not slightly favoured here. But Anubrak going to try and interrupt them, get the dismount as well. Jaina can put the Blizzard on in that choke as well, just to try and delay the blue team coming in here.
Now, if this was Cursed Hollow, that would have been an incredible play, because the red team would have been able to get a good channel, they would have been able to find. But ultimately, you know, buying that time is a little bit tricky. But actually, the blue team are just giving this over? Question mark?
Yeah, they're just sacking it. They're saying Imperius has to clear bot lane instead. They don't want to give too much for free. They're already a level... well, they're about just under a level behind in experience. They don't want to fall too much further behind. So they're opting to sack this and just defend what they can. Obviously, top lane is going to be cleared out by the minions. It's going to take a while to get there. The lane was pushed out. So mid lane and bot lane going to be the focus here. Arrow's going to come through onto Johanna, though. There's going to be the cleanse coming out from Rhaegar. They've still got the Iron Skin available as well. The Cocoon dodged by the Iron Skin play, by the way.
Super stuff by Dwergman there, holding onto that Iron Skin for so long, waiting for that Cocoon, and now they re-engage. Out comes the stun, the slow, the subdue, and Nubarak goes down. Emerald Wind is not going to save you there. The defense is now here for the Blues. They're able to keep this fort barely alive for now, and they have to think about going for the top lane keep.
Absolutely. So top lane keep wall going to be defended as well. But yeah, really nicely played by Dwergman. Whether accidental or not, you know, let's call it wasn't, because he was walking away anyway and then pressed it. So I think he did play it on purpose.
Yeah, so now we see a nice tongue here. Iron Fist Man is a little bit in danger.
I mean, he oversteps, but isn't going to be able to get punished for it. The team kind of a bit slow on rotation, but now talking about being punished here, Brightwing can't blink away, but there's going to be the cleanse coming through, but the only cleanse is one. Doesn't cleanse the Rhaegar totem here. Jaina gets the ice block off nicely. It's done. There's going to be the ult as well, but the Emerald Wind for Peel.
Emerald Wind and...
oh, leap! Sonya? Gets the spear. No, it doesn't want to commit. Anubrak is back. They decide not to commit to the leap. But I was just dreaming of a four-man leap there then from Sonya.
Yeah, Emerald Wind and the... God, I can't think. Water Elemental traded there for Angelic Armaments and the Ancestral. So defensive cooldowns are on a short cooldown here for the red team, but Ancestral still has another 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think red team are going to probably contest this objective. It's on the blue team side again. It's a little bit harder for them to step up into it, so they're just going to opt to clear their camp and go for it here. The Hacker's actually scouting out the topside camp as well, so I quite like this play from them.
Yeah, they spot notably Zerg.
Oh, we're going to see a safety leap to safety. Oh, but wait, Sonya walks back in. Somehow Anubrak goes down in the mid lane, but so does Sonya in the top lane. It's now a 4v4 with... how's Anubrak fall? I guess they just blessed shielded and somehow one-shot the Anubarak.
Yeah, Bless Shield is now on a cooldown. And I guess, they had a spear afterwards and they just did damage. Good kills all around here. I missed both of them on the stream. But a big wave here in the top. But without Nubarak, they feel a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah, but the bot lane is pushing as well for Svartalheim here against Neo Unity, so they're going to have to clear that up as well. At the moment, it's a pretty even game. Level 20s are in for the red team, but with Anubarak dead, they're not able to make a play, and the blue team will be able to get level 20 in time as well. So it's going to be a very even next objective contestation, and it's in the midpoint as well.
It is indeed. So it is going to be such a tough place. Frisco has to be careful with having Emerald Wind. It's great, and the level 20 upgrade is superb. But without Blink Heal, you have to be so careful.
Wait, it just reduces it to 5 seconds?
Yes, yeah, it is incredible. It used to increase the mana cost, but they're like, nah, that was rubbish. And now it just has a 5-second cooldown.
I mean, it's still Emerald Wind. But yeah, we'll see what value we can get with it. I mean, it punished the Lunara earlier for leaping strike in. So we'll have to see. Also, Hanzo has opted for play of the game, by the way, not for the Sonic Arrow follow-up. And yeah, Sonic Arrow is so good with the Anubarak as well.
Well, because what's going to happen is they're going to Dragon's Arrow, Brightwing's going to port in onto Hanzo. They're both going to leap into the middle of the team fight. And their Emerald Winds.
But meanwhile, we do keep a team fight coming through here. A big Dragon's Arrow coming through, but it's a huge Ancestral. Mystery blinded by the lights as well. And a second Ancestral prop, healing them all up. Johanna falling low, though. Already used the Iron Skin as well. Adaptation from the hacker, keeping them alive. There's going to be the 5-second Emerald Wind coming out. Sonya's already leaped in, and Sonya's going to go down. Cocoon's popped on Imperious. He's able to get out, gets the spear into the backline. But there's another 5-second Emerald Wind. Oh my god, it's Emerald Wind after Emerald Wind. It's like a hurricane coming out here from the red team. But Iron Fist Man still staying alive here, but does go down eventually. There's a double leaping strike from Lunara, getting the kill as well. It's 2 for 2 now, but the blue team seem to be retreating as Jahaka gets the burrow in onto Rhaegar. There's going to be the root from Jaina as well, and Rhaegar goes down.
Yeah, so much damage here with Jaina still alive. Once they've taken care of Rhaegar as well, they can look to get more kills, and this is a really nice root as well from the Jaina, and that is beautiful stuff. Neo Unity are phenomenal right now.
Oh, we pause for it.
Here's a pause. Everyone on their best behavior. We have a little bit of a DC from Imperious. A little bit unfortunate here for Svartalheim.
I mean, he can't say that if he DC'd in that fight. Yeah, there's no way he DC'd in that fight. And if he did, honestly, take the bot, because that bot was smurfing.
It did an incredible job, Definitely putting the pressure onto Hanzo and then Brightwing afterwards. Really good stuff. Worth a kill, but then red team coming back, fighting, getting a couple of kills of Rhaegar and Lunara on top of it. That's gonna. This game is just so even. Oh, we're already back.
Yeah, we're back into the game. So what a team fight! But now, what can the red team do? I hope they don't just passive. I mean, it's 3v1 on the map. Jaina's obviously very low. They're not able to get really any siege or take anything away from the blue team here.
No, it's just a case of picking up the seed and restoring balance to the map. Try and pick up your own siege camp. Maybe look at your other camps, what cooldowns are on. We've got 46 seconds here. The bottom one is on 50 seconds. So yeah, all in all, this is a bit of a non-team fight.
Yeah, so lanes are pushed out though. Hacker obviously able to just keep pushing out experience. We take a look at damage numbers very quickly. We see Jaina topping the charts at 56.5k for her team. I think most of it was done in that last team fight, honestly. It was just really, really nicely played by the Jaina in that last team fight. Getting those roots, getting the damage, popping the stasis at that crucial moment as well. Dodging out on the Imperious Q was just really nicely played by them. Lunara on the other side at 41k. Imperious slightly behind, 29. Johanna at 31 as well. So it's all kind of there to play for still.
Yeah, and with this seed spawning, but the seed not really doing anything, but on the right-hand side of the map, it's a little bit of a danger zone for the Reds. If they lose this team fight here, there could be some potential big pressure coming out from the Blues. But it seems like the blue team are just not in position to do this, and they're using Anubarak's Beetles superbly. They're just giving over this seed.
Yeah, I think the position where it was for the red team as well. The blue team, the lanes are pushed in. They want to get their camps out. They want to try and just stabilize the lanes at the moment, and then go from there. So talent-wise, we mentioned the level 20s briefly. We did see the Winter Mute again from Jaina. We do see changes survival from Dahaka, which increases adaptation healing to 200% of the damage received and reduces the cooldown by 40 seconds, which means the cooldown's only down to 20 seconds. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a sharp one. Certainly,
You've never seen these talents. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, at 20 seconds, it's not quite the 5 seconds of Emerald Wind, and so you might only get it once every team fight, which I'm not sure if it does a lot. But obviously, the 200% increased healing can be incredibly useful.
I mean, they were full HP in that last team fight, so it clearly worked for them. They kept themselves alive. But we are going to see the red team just going for this bottom fort. Obviously, they've got a Nubrak Beetles here to be able to tank it, and that's going to be a free fort taken.
Yeah, they're feeling the pressure of this bot lane slowly build up. Obviously, there's a camp here, and if the catapults were uneven, now they're going to be even. It's going to be fine, and they're going to give a seed to the blue team. So we've had one seed conceded to the reds, one seed conceded to the blues. Now both of them are on match seed point, and the next team fight is going to be quite something when it pops up.
This is a really nice play from the red team. They see the blue team on the map, and they say, you can take our fort. We'll just take a free keep wall in the bottom lane and open up a win condition for them. But actually, Nubrak, we're going to have a Brightwing teleport.
I guess they felt like they might be in danger.
HP Hanzo.
It's fine with the cooldown reduction on level 1, but the minions are so pushed out that it's going to be hard to get that cooldown reduction. I think they must have felt that they were in danger because they don't have the mount, because they don't have that movement speed that they need to sort of get away. But yeah, interesting choice, and we'll have to see how it pays off in the next team fight, which is going to be probably in about 30 seconds time, Aviator.
Yeah, they'll have it back up for the fight at least. It's only on a 40-second CD. They're clearing some minions as well, realizing, I think, that they need it back up as well for this team fight. And we are going to see the blue team setting up a little bush trap here. Anubrak, don't do it! Don't do it! He did it. He did it.
And that's the danger pings coming out here right now. Watch out for this bush. Blue team taking a really nice advantage here. Svartalheim looking to be in position.
That's a really nice play from the blue team. You wouldn't expect them to be on that bush, but it's just a bit unlucky. Anubrak can scout it. You can just press W almost, and the beetle will walk into the bush. You've got Q available. It's a little bit unlucky for them here. Nicely played from the rest of the red team, though. They're able to take the siege giants of their opponents, and they might even take a free keep.
Yeah, free keep here would be absolutely lovely, but they will trade it out for bot keep. I mean, Dahaka is tanking a lot of damage. He could just use adaptation there. It's a 20-second cooldown now.
Yeah, and we've got 5-second emeralds win. Don't back in that bush, surely. Oh my god. Okay, they get away with it. They get away with it. Bottom side now, blue team are pushing as well. I mean, if they don't get much more than a keep wall with this is really nicely played by the red team. It's almost like a free defense for them because they were able to clear out top lane as well. The lanes are pushed out for them. Mid lane's pretty much defended itself. So it's all going to be about this bottom lane.
Yeah, but it is still a full terror on this keep, and without the front wall, it's a little bit harder to defend. But we do see the blue team now starting to step up. But I'd like to see them go earlier, but here they are. The Sonya's arrived. The Leap is there. Clashes with the Dragon's Arrow, having the unstoppable, and Jaina just gets deleted by this Lunara, but she gets taken out instead as well on the other side. It's a 1-for-1 right now, and Neja Zerg is spinning around. They have the Ignore Pain. They're trying their best, but so is Jax on the other side and provides a little bit of an escape. Dahaka goes down for the red team, and now they're trying to do everything, but Emerald Wind is going to save the day. Or is it? As Thorak has to go in, and now Emerald Wind is just too far back, and Nubrak going down. This is just the sustain on the side of the blue team, and Brightwing just can't do anything about it.
I'm not sure if they can end though, because it's only a Johanna and Imperius pretty much with a Rhaegar. I'm not sure it's endable.
No,
Iron Fistman seems to think it is, but I disagree.
I think it's really not. Once you lose Lunara, you lose any chance of ending the game, sort of in a vanilla sense. You need to either have a boatload of catapults with you or the next objective. And the next objective for the blue team is far, far away. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, red team, they held on there. There was almost, I don't know if they lost one more member. Perhaps it was going to be game. If it was just a solo Brightwing left, maybe they could still end the game there. But yeah, it was really unlucky with the Hanzo arrow though. Clashed with the Sonya who leapt in. And obviously while Sonya leaps, they are unstoppable as well.
Yeah, and it was quite something. It was quite something. It kept the red team potentially in the game, as that Dragon's Arrow would have been huge otherwise, I think. So
Yeah,
blue
see me in
team.
the blue team. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
I apologise for my co-caster. They are colorblind. It's documented. It's fine.
I've got a doctor's note and everything. I don't. So we now see the Bruiser Camp being picked up here by the Reds. They're trying to put the pressure on the bot. They have the Dahaka if they want to. If they want to just keep the pressure on the bot lane, that's absolutely fine. And you know what? They don't really care about the seed. Because if they get it, great. It's fantastic. But if they leave it and just interrupt the Blues, they can potentially get a free keep out of it.
Yeah, this is really nice though from the red team at the moment. You know, you've got the Hacker pushing out wave in the bottom lane. They've already taken that bottom keep wall earlier, remember? So this will take the keep if they lift it alone. But we're going to see an engage coming through here. Nubrak falling a little bit low. The spear's going to come out from Imperius, but there's a nice Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo. There's going to be the Ancestral though coming out, and there's the double proc, but the Emerald Wind from right wing is going to be enough adaptation from Dahaka, not able to proc through, and Dahaka goes down. This will be the second Emerald Wind of the team fight.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but still, look at this wave here. I thought it was bigger than it was.
It's pretty. It's not Mordor in that bottom lane. It still might get the. No, it's not going to get the keep because Sonia's able to. They don't spear the catapult.
Not even Cirith Ungol, as we see the catapult doing a last little tick of damage. Oh, this is so close here, so close. And you know, the adaptation upgrade on level 20, it's great, but if it like did ticks earlier as well, maybe it would be like top tier then for a level 20 upgrade to a bad level 10.
Bad level 10? Hello, Transparent? Every level 10 is viable here. We have Emerald Wind, we have Adaptation, we have Leaping Strikes. Clearly, all the ultimates are perfectly viable.
No, once upon a time, people thought Leap wasn't good, and now Leap is good. So, you know, the meta can change even in a game not receiving updates.
It was pretty bad.
So, as we see, a little bit of a rotation coming around here from the red team.
It was pretty poor. In comparison to Wrath.
Once again, the red team are looking to put on more macro pressure than getting to the objective earlier. And actually, you know, this isn't a bad decision. They might get 2 keeps, but now they've given the blue team enough C's that there's once again even talents.
They're going to get wrapped around. They're going to get wrapped around. Oh, I can see it coming.
The polymorph is nice. Out comes the burrow from Dahaka. To maybe try a little bit of a counter engage. The unstoppable is popped, but Dahaka has to be careful. Pop your adaptation.
It's only a 20-second cooldown. No, Jack's able to get out, obviously, with that movement speed using the bushes quite nicely there. Pops that little burrow and is able to walk away. And they get a keep in the top lane. Bot lane keep is almost dead as well, so at any stage they can just sort of, well, not really this stage, because obviously it's still a third seed for both sides. So we are going to see an engage coming through. And I reckon we're going to see the blue team set up in a bush. Yeah, look, they're going in the bush, and there's no way a Nubrak walks into a bush again. There's no chance. He's not going to do it.
There's
his
3
whole
of them.
team.
Can they fit 4? They've got all 4 in there.
Oh, no, he's doing it again. No shot. Oh, no, the Blessed Shield comes through, the Leaping Strikes comes out, and Nubrak's able to the burrow charge out, but unfortunately cancels it. It's going to be the leap coming out from Sonya now as well as the Emerald Wind comes through, and they're trying to put out a lot of damage, but this is going to be that Ancestral. The Emerald Wind again. Oh, Nubrak, not like this.
Not like this. And, you know, Brightwing popping R instead of, like, trying to phase shift onto them maybe could have helped out, but I know phase shift can take a long time. It's one of those things that it's so hard. Really good stuff here from the blue team.
Oh, they might get a kill on Imperius. But no, Hans has overstepped slightly here. There's going to be another Emerald Wind coming through, but Hannah's popped the Unstoppable here. Dahaka could look for a drag. It's going to be blinded by the light being popped as well. The red team are kind of chasing this down. It's going to be Dragon's Arrow coming through, connects to 2 in the backline. Dahaka's in the backline as well. Needs to be careful. Pops his adaptation, the 20-second cooldown, by the way. There's going to be a blink from Brightwing coming through, able to heal Dahaka. Dahaka goes back to full HP. And there's going to be the Emerald Wind now. Sonya's caught out, gets the root, gets the dragon. Sonya goes down. It's now a 4v4 for these teams. The red team, though, they are a little bit low. There's Milanar looking for that double leaping strike here. Misses it, but Hanzo's still going to eat a lot of poison. Brightwing trying to heal them up. Does get the heal off, but Jack still falling low. Adaptation's back up, but he can't press it in time. Emerald Wind again, and it's going to be a 4v4 on the map. But the blue team are able to take the seed. Core pressure, though.
Core pressure isn't nothing. There is stuff there, but there will be a Terror to help clean it up very, very shortly.
Yeah, walks onto the catapults. Oh, but they do get core damage. Okay, they get 95%.
So, in that, Hanzo unfortunately missed their Sonic Arrow, which meant that Dahaka had to go in deep to try and get that interrupt, and that is what caused Dahaka to die here. Really unfortunate stuff. But we see Emerald Wind just being used non-stop now, as you should. You know, it does damage. It's on a 5-second cooldown. Just use it. And we see a successful defense in this mid lane.
Yeah, mid lane being taken down. I see. I'm not sure why Brightwings. I guess for some more mana.
Full mana. You got to have full mana for those emerald
Red
wings.
team needs to defend on core. They do not overstep here. You just defend on your core, and you're perfectly fine. Don't panic. You're fine. This is just 4 members of the blue team coming in. You might lose like 10% core damage, but it's perfectly easily defendable. You know, top lane's going to be cleared out by itself. It's just where they just not need to panic. And the blue team realize that as well, and they're going to have to try and make a play elsewhere on the map. But
I like that they're rotating to mid. I like that it will give them a bit more open space for trying to end the game if they wanted to. They have to be careful, and there's a good response from the red team as well.
Yeah, they've already popped.
So good.
They popped the winter meter as well, just to make sure they're able to clear it out. Chainer, not looking for the root though, but now top lane pushing in. So top lane's going to be the focus from both sides here. Hanzo though getting that scatter arrow onto that Terra as well.
And this Shambler has come all the way from the other core. It has done a whole
Burrow
marathon.
charging in though aggressively here. Brightwing's going to teleport on them this time, but the anti-heal from Johanna is going to be enough. And actually Brightwing was interrupted, I think, by the leak there. There's going to be the Ancestral coming through, and Anubrak goes down again. There's going to be a double spear from Imperius here, and no, Hanzo goes down as well. The second Emerald Wind comes through, but I think this Anubrak, oh my god, it's over.
It's just so much damage. This is beautiful stuff here. They have Lunara. They can end the game here. Jaina is surely dead. Brightwing, no matter how many Emerald Wins you have, it's going to be hard to end the game here. They're trying to find some place they can push in, but no. Lunara and the damage from the catapults just makes them go down. GG, well played. Svartalheim take game number 2 here on Garden of Terror.
It's just really, I don't know, I feel slightly disappointed in that ending. The blue team didn't need to commit. They didn't have to go in. You know, they have all the tools in the world to punish it on the blue team, and that's exactly what they did. You know, Nubrak Burrow charges in, immediately gets blessed shielded, gets speared. Sonya leaps the Brightwing so the teleport doesn't go through. The anti-heal from Johanna. No blink heal either, and it's just small decisions, unfortunately, can turn the match.
We can see the strength that CC has in this match right here, right now. You know, they drafted that Imperius for that extra CC. They had it, and, you know, they were able to just use it. As you say, lock down Nubrak as soon as he goes in, and even with Lunara being the solo DPS, it was superb. It was superb to watch. They did an absolute masterclass of rotating to that objective early, getting in a secret bush, and just punishing the late rotations from Neo Unity. Still, it's not over yet.
I mean, the bush checking was the bush trapping was great from the blue team. You know, they got the punish on a Nubrak a couple of times for it. But yeah, it just all came down to that last team fight there, really, right? And it's just really unfortunate decision making from the red side. But let's see if they're able to do the impossible and reverse sweep. Question mark?
Reverse sweep potential for Neo Unity, or it all goes over to Svartalheim. And they're going to go for first pick once again. So Svartalheim have the decision.
So looking at Svartalheim's map picks, they really like Ultrak Pass, which has been banned. They really like Volskaya, which has been banned. BOE, they have a 100% win rate. They do not win on Cursed. They do not win on Shrines. Cursed or Tomb? Sorry, I'm calling BOE or Tomb.
I think it's going to be Tomb. I think it's Tomb. I think...
yeah, they've played more maps on it, but they've got a 100% win rate on BOE. If we look at the other side on Neo Unity very quickly, Neo Unity have also got a 100% win rate on BOE. They've got 83% on Tomb. I think it's going to be BOE.
I think you could be right here, as we do head over to Battlefield of Eternity.
Oh, is it BOE?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
And actually, the news has been around for about 20 seconds, but I just thought I'd let you let you keep going.
I deduced it from using intelligence and scouting.
I didn't. Elementary, my dear Watson.
I'm Sherlock, thank you.
Yes, yeah. Well, obviously, I'll take Watson. I'll take Watson.
Yeah,
he's,
you can
he's
be
nice.
Jane.
You can be the functioning sociopath.
I think he probably suits my style more.
Well, as we see, Battlefield of Eternity is a little bit of a different map. I'm sure we'll see this Lunara pop up once again. But the Hanzo on the other side, equally another good, valuable pick here. You know, there's some things I don't think we'll see a lot of adaptation from these teams compared to the last game.
I mean, we've seen the consistency from the other side. I do think if they're just going to pick Lunara continuously, again, it's not winning them the game, but it's just a comfort pick for them. So just remove it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what else have we had banned so far from Neo Unity?
We had the Hogger. I mean, Hogger is definitely a ban as well. But first pick, so they keep banning out Sylvanas.
Yeah,
Then they ban out Hogger, or last game it was Anduin as well. I honestly think you sack the Anduin ban. You just ban out Sylvanas, Lunara, or you Sylvanas Hogger, and then ban out the Lunara third rotation if it's not picked up.
yeah. I mean, Sylvanas is one of those heroes I think that perhaps appeared in a earlier series with these guys. It's also been banned against the Svartalheim 15 times, so it's obviously a comfort. So yeah, really, I think you ban the Sylvanas, maybe ban the Lunara, and then you see what else they've got to play. It's Phantom Swarm playing it, and I'm just gonna check what other heroes Svartalheim has played. So they play Lunara, Sylvanas, and Greymane. Those are their main heroes that they play. So you could ban out the two DPSs and pick up Greymane yourself, and then you're going to probably put them on a Reyna in this case.
I do love a pocket pick Jim Reyna though. That's my go-to strat. They get the Reyna treatment. If ever I'm tilted, they get the Reyna treatment.
Give them some pepper.
Absolutely, it's Jimmy time.
Now, are you a stacker or a slacker?
I'm not a stacker, although I actually quite like stacking on like Bractus or something.
Okay.
I'm a for fun player, right? I don't think the talent's any good. I think it's a really poor talent in comparison to Ace or Exterminator. But I'm a for fun gamer now, so
yeah.
I'm actually a decaying for fun gamer as well.
We all decay a little bit. So as we see here, once again, we're getting a little bit ready, getting some water. It's very warm here in the UK, as well as a lot of places around Europe. So please make sure you're staying hydrated. Maybe you're new and you're not quite sure what Heroes Lounge is. Well, !sign up. You can join in. It is an amateur league that happens over sort of a few months. And we have, plenty of opportunity here. Sign up now, either as a single player and you'll be assigned into a free agent team, or you can sign up with a group of friends. Up to 9 players you can have in one team.
Nine players?
Yeah, you can have up to 9 players.
9? Okay.
Yeah, because if you had 10, then you just have 2 teams. That's why it's up to 9.
Great decision making.
I mean, I didn't write that rule, to be fair. But yeah.
That's why it's good.
Wow. Okay. Wow, here we are. We are on Battlefield of Eternity. Yeah, I really don't think we're going to see much strategy change unless the bans change, and I want to see Neo Unity adapt. They obviously have some good plays, but the lockdown was just so good from Svartalheim in game number 2. Wasn't it, Aviator?
It was lovely, yes. Delightful.
So, yeah. Well, we're going to be thinking about going into the draft here of game number 3. Battlefield of Eternity, a whole different map. Svartalheim, potentially our champions of Division 6, Neo Unity, the ones who topped the leaderboard in the main season, but can they climb themselves back into this series? Let's find out as we go into this game number 3 here of Season 18 of Heroes Lounge in Division 6. Pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. I'll pat myself on the back.
You timed it well, did you?
Yeah. So
the
bans. Thanks, hun.
Yeah, so we have to see what the bans are going to be. Again, I generally just think just sack the Anduin ban out that Lunara, ban out that Sylvanas, take away the GPS, put them on something non-comfort, change it up a little bit because they need to do something.
They do. They absolutely do.
This is the time, right? It's your final game, potentially in Lounge this season, etc. The grand final. You've just got to pull something out of the bag, and you need to do it now.
Dig deep, grab something hard, pull it out, and
we're not motivational speeching here.
Ban the Lunara, and they've done it, Aviator. They've done it.
Oh, I'm all for this now.
Now, are they going to pick Sylvanas themselves? Or are they going to ban it as well? That is the question. That's the next question. And I
Yeah,
think
because if they just ban out one of them and then they pick the Sylvanas, the draft plan will be like, yeah, I told you we should have banned Sylvanas. So I feel like they just need to ban both and then just sack the Anduin. The problem is, if they don't have a Hogger player on their own side, then it is going to become a little bit tricky. Obviously, Junkrat falls off a little bit on this map as well in comparison, so...
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we still ban Sylph here. If they're still scared of it, ban the Sylph. We didn't care about the Anduin. We don't really care about Hogger too much, but ban the Sylph. Ban the Sylph.
Ban it.
Ban it? Come on, Neo Unity. You know you want to. Maybe you're watching stream on the 20-second delay and waiting for our decision making here.
Yes!
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sign me up.
Neo
Let's go.
Unity have got this in the bag. Now, they could potentially first pick Greymane if they really want to choke this one player on the enemy team.
So it depends on what this ban is. If it's not Junkrat, I wonder if it's going to force them into thinking, do we pick the Junkrat? The other side's got Hanzo, they've got Greymane available. Rhaegar and Anduin are both the healers that both teams value. They ban out the Hanzo, so Greymane gets a lot more prio here now. So you could just pick Greymane.
Yeah. Oh, but they go for the Johanna, taking Dwergman
really
off his
mixing up.
comfort.
So other side, Greymane Rhaegar response?
Quite possibly, quite possibly. I am expecting that Rhaegar, as you said. Maybe they'll think about the Anduin, though, if they really feel they're going to be threatened in these things. The Anduin has been a top pick for them on the other side of things. Maybe they're scared of the Light Bomb, Falling Sword, Johanna combo as well. That could be on the other side. But Muradin has been the second pick of the tank here, so I expect we'll see that. There we go, Greymane Muradin.
Okay, so they either get the Anduin here or the Rhaegar, and they ban out the other one, I assume. And that forces them onto a different support on the other side. I think that's the play.
Yeah, so let's see. It is going to be Anduin, and then...
Just looking at their healers, they've played, and they do play Brightwing, but they've actually got a sub 50% win rate with Brightwing.
Yeah, well, it can always be a little bit tricky. We see Anduin and we see Jim Rayner coming in. The pocket pick Rayner.
I'm all inning.
All in. Yes, make sure you get your prediction points in. So, let's see. Are we going for a full Iron Man? Bet now. Well, I'm not betting for the full Iron Man, but Aviator apparently is going to be betting for Neo Unity.
Yeah, I said we'll take a 3-1. We're going 25,000 in.
I'm going to bet my 5,000 points that I have. I still have... So, make sure you get predictions in. They're just above Twitch chat. Do you believe in the Jim Rayner, Falling Sword, Light Bomb?
And they ban out the Rhaegar. Perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
no, Hogger's available. Little bit. I mean, depends on what other backliner they go. Hogger at the moment isn't really a threat too much, but it can be a little bit frustrating to play into.
But you're
banning out the
focusing...
Rhaegar's a good point.
You're focusing the comfort of Svartalheim. And, you know, that Rhaegar has been a staple for them in these last couple of matches. And, you know, really putting them off their comfort heroes, bringing them down. And, you know, that's why you've got to pick up the Sonya and the Lucio here. Bit of movement speed, a little bit more aggression. Are we going to see a fourth frontman here with the Imperius potentially as they've picked up that Sonya? Or is it going to be something a little bit more rangy? There could be a Chromie to come out here from the end of Svartalheim. Have to wait and see. But Battlefield of Eternity here, of course. Lots of things could happen. I'd like to see a Li Ming being picked up, but I don't know that they play it too often on the side.
Oh, they let the Junkrat through, so they're going to go for the Junkrat. Although they do have quite a squishy backline.
Yeah,
Junkrat, Rayner, and Muradin is just going to yeet in on top. And that could be worrisome for them. Maybe it's a Falling Sword game, perhaps, to just try and sort of peel the backline. And we just sort of play front to back, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so what are they going to go for? Are they going to go for something a bit more divey? I'd like to see something divey here. Like, really go for it. And there is a Li Ming. Li Ming's such a staple on this map. And I think it's a wise choice. You know, if you're able to get a full combo on a Junkrat, they're pretty much gone. But obviously...
I mean, I really like the draft of the blue team. But I'm backing the boys and girls in red. I think they deserve... Honestly, they deserve a map win. If this final goes 3-0, it does not do the justice of the series, to be fair.
No, not at all. Not at all. So... I'm backing the Li Ming all the way here. No chance about it.
You put your points on before.
Yeah, I've already put my points on. I'll put more points on. I'll put, you know what? I'll
Do you have... Careful with your points, Johnny. Careful.
I've got 3,000 more points.
Wow.
So
big spender over here.
I've got 70 more points. I'll put 70 more points on there. I've done all my points on Svartalheim here.
Okay, I've got 7.8k left. I'm saving them. I put 20. I put 25 in.
Well, if this goes to Neo Unity, we'll have to wait and see.
A kingdom for a Blaze. I know Blaze would look best, but do you know what? Honestly, give me a Thrall, give me an EQ or a Fat Sunder. I don't know. I'm all about the difference in draft this time around for Neo Unity. They need to do something different. They've done it. Let's see if it works in game number 3.
Yep, and here for Svartalheim for the championship, for taking the win. It is Iron Fistman on Leeming, Phantom Swarm on Greymane, Dwergman on the Muradin, Battle Mercy on the Lucio, and Najibani Zerg on the Sonya.
And for the red team, their championship lives on the line. We've got Yogyuan playing... I can't see the hero. Yogyuan playing...
Reyna.
Wait, Reyna. We've got Thrall played by Jax, Andrew played by Frisco, Junkrat played by Calzador, and Johanna played by Thork. It's Neo Unity.
Yeah, they've got their Junkrat, finally. They've got their comfort. They've taken away the comfort of the enemy team. Is this what Neo Unity need to get back into this competition, to get a chance of winning the championship? Otherwise, it will be taken away from them by Svartalheim. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And I already like what we're seeing here. Red team playing fast and aggressive here, trying to make sure that they have the space they need to get a little bit of siege damage if they really, really wanted to.
Honestly, I think they're weaker early game in fights, though. So they do have Junkrat for point control, etc. Because obviously the first early fights are usually over the bottom siege camp. But Greymane's already rotating topside. I was going to say, if Reyna's doing exactly the same.
Oh.
So, yeah. And I think Sonya and Greymane probably beat a Reyna and a Thrall.
Yeah, potentially, that spin to win can't be stopped.
Oh, wait, this is going to be a standoff in the top side. They're both going to spot each other.
Oh, Reyna just starts it straight away, and then Phantom Swarm comes in, and the Margie Zerg is looking to do something about it. Now comes the spear, but Sonya's falling lower. A root just needs to connect.
Press Q! Reyna, you have Q.
Oh, I think they used Q already to build themselves.
No, they have it. They have it. I just checked.
They have it. Wow.
Okay. That's really unlucky there, unfortunately. So no kill onto the Sonya. Sonya able to heal up back to pretty much full HP now with that spin as well. Bot side, obviously, it's Junkrat against Li Ming for the wave clear. And the bot side is obviously Junkrat be able to clear the wave a lot quicker and force it out. But top side now, we just have a 2v2 and a 3v3.
Yeah, and Thrall has 0 mana. Nothing. He's going to have to half back to the Hall of Storms. And this is going to give that opportunity for the blue team to do something about it.
Yeah, but they don't know if Thrall's gone back.
No, they might have suspected it, but they didn't know it quick enough, and that means that they're going to relinquish Greymane of his top lane duty. He's going to come back down bot.
Also, I just want to point out, Johanna's 100% win rate in this series, by the way, so far.
Yeah? Well, Dwergman does love the hero. We're going to have to see how Thorak does on the champion now.
So bottom side, we are going to see the blue team start the camp, and Reyna's on the way back down bot. So this means that the red team have kind of lost that rotation win. Really, they're going to start their hard camp now instead, but the blue team definitely sort of take advantage of that little trade.
Yeah, so level 4 to level 4, the triumvirate comes in for Leeming. That's going to really help in these sort of racing places where you just have a little bit more space. So Immortals spawning in 10. The camp is taken by the red team, and they can now sort of think about what they want to do. And what they're going to try and do is put pressure on Dwergman here, which might be a little tricky.
Yeah, obviously they've got that dwarf block as well. If they want to jump in, they're able to tank. But we are going to see the red team immediately step up to start racing here. Obviously, Reyna Exterminator does a lot of damage to this Immortal. Obviously, Junkrat not the greatest. They do have traps around, though, in the bush as well that will try and focus down those heroes around the point. So, as we mentioned, Junkrat's got really good point control. Greymane is racing solo, though, as well. Thrall's going up to just try and harass them, poke them around, and that means halftime show is going to be won by the red team.
Yeah, and they're going to win these fights almost every single day. Even with Greymane versus Reyna, Reyna with Exterminator, it's just so much, but they don't manage to clear out this bottom camp, so they're going to have to go back to racing, and Reyna's not in position. This means that Greymane can put on the clinic, try and put on a little bit of that W attack speed, really try and do something about it. Zwergman is trying to do something, but doesn't understand on Reyna, and that means that blue team are not going to have this Immortal, and red team instead are going to put the pressure back onto Muradin, and Muradin goes down. First blood goes over to the reds just after picking up their Immortal.
Let's go, Neon Unity, fighting back here in map number 3. I mean, this is the thing. Junkrat just leaves these traps lying around. Meridian jumps around. You can't obviously jump over the trap. You will get caught. So it's a little bit annoying that that little trap just kind of cucks your jump, and that's exactly what happened there. Now we're going to see the red team push down this top lane. So typically you don't get too much more than the wall, but they might get, like, you know, a cheeky little pick off here in the top side. Meridian's back as well now to try and help defend this.
Yeah, but they've lost the front wall. There's still 50% left on this. I mean, Leeming and Greymane should be able to pick it up nicely. The Reds do need to think about retreating, but they're going to take a decent chunk of this forward HP, and if not, take it all. The minions are still there. No, 90% HP lost here.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close to taking the first fort of the game. Bot side, obviously, Thrall against Sonya. Thrall tends to win these 1v1s as well. If Thrall hits the root, etc., they've got Ancestral Wrath as well. Thrall will definitely start winning, especially with Rolling Thunder at level 1. And you can see it there, you know, Sonya, just every time they take a trade, they're forced to back out. And topside, we are going to see a fight coming off, and the camp is going to be taken by the red team. And Workman almost went down. And Thrall with the solo bolo in the bottom lane there against the Sonya.
Yeah, I wasn't focusing the camera on any of the solo lane action, sadly. There's too much excitement happening in the top, but as you described to us beautifully, Thrall winning out this early game trades against the Sonya, especially when she's got the slam build, and that doesn't really get any sustain until, well, just now, and then level 16.
I mean, look at the difference. They're already a level ahead in experience now. So long as the red team don't...
Oh, it's a good opportunity here. It's a good pull from the Anduin, keeping Jax alive, just denying anything. And this is why we see Anduin banned a lot. The frustration that can happen when an almost certain kill
protection is what that's called. That is called int protection, and demonstrated at its absolute finest. Jax overstaying, should get punished. Anduin comes down, nope, gets the pull, and saves the day. So well played by them. And, you know, they're almost level 10 now.
They are almost level 10, and that's going to be so good for the Reds.
But not yet for this first half-time showing. So blue team will be able to fight even talent still at the moment here for this objective. That's where the red teams need to be a little bit careful, because they don't really want to commit to a team fight pre-level 10. You know, when you're this close, it can be really dangerous, because if you lose this team fight, it's going to put you on the back foot so badly now.
Yeah, Borg going forward, pops the Iron Skin. They have that upgraded level 4 talent, so it's nice and big and chunky.
Calcidor's going to go soak, though. Yes. Yes, so Calcidor going to soak, gets level 10 now for their team. They've almost won the halftime show. They're happy enough with this. Blue team are going to go race, get level 10. You win the halftime show, and then you don't let your opponents race. You just leave Reyna on the Immortal, and you 4v5 defend under your own Immortal.
Yeah, and it's pretty much even Stevens right now. It's looking really nice here for the Reds. They have that level 10. No Falling Sword Light Bomb, but it is going to be a Blessed Shield. So a little bit more peel. We do have the Hyperion coming out here for Reyna. Oh, Junker has to be a bit careful. Able to waddle away from that solo point. And they're going to have this half shield Immortal go over to the red team.
Yeah, they've got the Hyperion for pushing as well. So, I mean, the fort's gone in the bot side. Obviously, just Hyperion plus the Immortal should take it down. But they're actually going to go push top side. They want to look for Johanna here. They do have Blessed Shield. Eat it. Eat it.
Come on.
Oh, no. Sonya's out.
Leap is available.
They're going to waste so much time now as well, chasing down the Sonya.
I'm surprised Sonya hasn't
Thrall
mounted
doesn't
yet.
care. Thrall does not care. Thrall is going for this.
This is the most interesting part of the match right now. We have a 1 versus 1.
The root. So Sonya does have the leap available now, but Thrall's still just bodying them at the moment. Sonya sort of...
Still running away the wrong direction right now. There are other things happening on the map.
They get the root though, but Thrall does have Ancestral Wrath. Sonya might leap him. Oh, Thrall's going to tap and then go back.
The tap. Sonya could have hidden.
I mean, they're just delaying them at this point, though. But Thrall actually might go down. There's the root, though. Dodges the spear. The sidestep as well with the E-press.
Oh, Sonya, leap now, leap. Oh, no, you're dead.
No, they decided to yeah. So, in all of that, though, what happened was they didn't get the bottom fort. They got keep wall and some damage on the top side, but they are going to lose their own fort wall for it. So, whilst that was a little entertaining chase, Anyone needs to clip that with the Benny Hill music over the top of it.
We'll get our editors on it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Charlie. Editor.
There's no editors.
Oh, but Murden's going to be the focus, though. He's going to get caught out, going to get condemned as well. I think he's got his jump still available, holding on to it for the last second. But there's going to be the Earthquake being popped as well. The Riptide is going to be used onto Murden. He has forced to pop the Avatar as well. But, yeah, there's a lot of cooldowns being used now. Thrall does get stunned out, but they can't fight into Earthquake. But meanwhile, Li Ming is just raining havoc with these orbs. The leap's going to come out. The double leap onto 2 members here. But the light bomb from Frisker. The self-light bomb walking up. Sonya's now going to be the focus as well. Jean, an auto-attack here by Junkrat, by Reyna. Thork chasing them down, gets a subduce though. But it looks like no one is going to die on either side.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of pressure on the top lane, and they do have to think about that. Now, the red team, though, they're so wounded that they're going back, and they just want to go for this bruiser camp. Even though knowing that Sonya would have to go to this top lane, they're having to give away the bot siege camp to the Blues.
Yeah, so Sonya forced to clear the top. Bottom camp going to be taken by the Blues, but hard camp going to be taken by the Reds as well. And, you know, Immortal-wise, I think it's in good positions for them here at the moment. The only thing is, the red team don't have a huge amount of poke, right? You've got Junkrat as your poke, essentially, whereas Li Ming definitely wins the poke battle here. Johanna pops the Iron Skin early, though, looking for something here. As Sonya walks into the Immortal stun here, going to get clapped by Thrall, going to get rooted by Anduin and taken down. There's a Hyperion being used as well, as now the red team, they just want more here. They're chasing them down. Bless Shield's already been used. They've got the Light Bomb. They've got the Riptire.
It's fantastic stuff. The root comes out from Thrall, just keeps carrying on. But ultimately, the blue team have to make way for the Reds. As, you know, Sonya going down in this unfortunate circumstance really opens up the map for the blue team.
So it's 4 kills to nothing in favor of the Reds so far. And I think if they win this game, which at the moment they're on course to, right? Their early game has been played fantastically. They're playing the mid game well. They're talent tier up. I think we'll see the same sort of draft strategy coming out in game number 4. The Thork going over to just try and harass them here, just trying to get a few blinds in every time they can, making sure they're blinding that Greymane, that Sonya as well, not able to get the race in. So they've got another about 50% shielded Immortal going to go down this bottom lane. So surely this time the fort goes down.
Surely, you know, second time's a charm. And you know, red team certainly are in a good position right now. You know, they've got that level lead. They have most of their heroics, but a nice stun from Dwergman. Oh, but they get rooted, they get pulled, and once again they have to pop their defensive heroics, both Avatar and Sound Barrier being used. This is devastating for Dwergman, and they know it. They know they have to use the best they have of a bad situation. They've gone in, and they've gone in deep Aviator. Are they going to be able to get away? The Blessed Shield lands onto the Lucio, but the Lucio is able to slip and slide away. Out comes the Earthquake. Leap has to be used defensively. Dwergman still in a little bit of trouble. Able to stun, but still takes the damage, and it looks like Dwergman is being controlled, but they are able to escape this time. Still, this keep is under siege, Aviator.
Yeah, this keep is definitely under. Oh, but Dwergman's going to get. Oh, I thought his jump got interrupted, but it wasn't available. There's going to be the wave of force being used by Li Ming as well to peel for the merger, and the red team are happy to back off here. They're a level and a half ahead at this point. They don't need to force any fights now. You've just used your ultimate. Oh no. This is the time where teams just need to be patient. They just need to soak level 16. They've got no ultimates available. There's nothing to gain from fighting and everything to lose from taking a team fight now.
Yeah, they've got both forts down. They have the XP advantage. Red team are sitting pretty, and they should just sit back, relax, and do all the easy things. The blue teams are the ones that need to make something happen. You know, if they try and push a fort, red team should just try and push a keep.
Honestly, this is the hardest moment. This is the thing that I've described to everybody in low ranks. The hardest thing to do is nothing. And it sounds so stupid, but it actually is the hardest thing to do for any team, is just to do nothing. You know, look at this. They're stepping up slightly here. They're 15.9 against level 14. If they lose a team fight, for example, if they get caught out here, but at the moment it doesn't look like they're going to. They'll clear this wave, they'll get level 16, and then they can look to pull the trigger here. Moden's going to eat 2 roots there, and there's going to be silence here from those traps. Thork looking at him.
Yeah, but I like what the red team did there. They did exactly the right thing that I also tell lower div teams, is focus the minions. In a defense scenario, focus the minions. As soon as you start focusing heroes underneath a fort, the enemy team has won. because it just gives them so much more time to be in those scenarios. But if you clear the minions, it really stops the push. So nice work here from Red Team, allowing to get them that extra bit of XP to get the 16 advantage. And Dwergwyn has to be in trouble. They pop out the stun, not wanting to be caught out like the Anubrak last game.
Yeah, I mean, it's that sort of PTSD moment here, but the red team just setting up to race. The blue team going to try and defend under their own Immortal here. Bot lane is going to take some pressure onto that keep, but meanwhile we do see this Immortal going out. The nice wave of force though, knocking Anduin into the Immortal stun here. There's going to be the leap as well. The light bomb comes through and Anduin goes down. There's going to be the Riptide coming out though. Can they get the return kill onto Sonya? Sonya goes down as well. It's now a 4v4. Greymane's going to be the focus here, but now Muradin's going to be attention as well. But Thrall's going to get stunned out by the... No, he's not. He's dodged out on the Immortal stun.
Yeah, I mean,
the root's going to connect onto Muradin, but the wave of force again from being used to peel, and they do still take the halftime show.
Yeah, Earthquake actually doing a lot of work here, really stopping Li Ming from getting in a good position. And the red team do take this bottom keep with these camps. So the red team's still in that driver's position, absolutely, as they still have that 16 to 15 advantage.
Yeah, so they're going to get a full shielded Immortal going down top lane. They'll have the wave with them. They'll have the full wave. He gets pinged as well appreciatively by his team for taking that Immortal stun, as he should. And I'd like to have seen them start the hard camp as well here. You know, just send one, tag the hard camp, take the hard camp, clear out the wave, and just really run it down into the top lane here. But the blue team, they're not letting Johanna take these glows for free here. Johanna's already used the Iron Skin here for support, but now Anduin is back as well. There's going to be the leap into the backline here. There's going to be the light bomb again onto Johanna, but Johanna falls low. But Muradin gets taken down. The grenade following them, but that's going to be a reset. But Sonya goes down as well. It's now 1 for 2 in favor of the red team here, and they're still chasing them down here. Thrall doesn't have the route available just yet. Pops out Ancestral Wrath, but they can't find them.
Yeah, I could have been certain that Muradin knew the cooldown of Avatar, and it was literally just off cooldown as he died, and I wondered if they were spamming it, but obviously not quite enough as they did fall. So as we see, this is going to be a tough defense here for the Blues, as a fairly healthy Immortal is pushing in on this keep and then onto the core. Is this game for the blue team?
Is this throwable? So the question we always ask ourselves here is this clownable? There's Hyperion on the core as well. They are definitely going to get some core damage here, but I don't think they want to overcommit. Muradin is back, Sonya is back in a second, so no. Pop Hyperion, get as much core damage as possible. So they're going to get the core down to about 40%.
Yeah, and that is almost
32%.
30%. And you wonder sometimes,
had they just if they all in,
if they all in, do they get the win there? It's opened up the game still. You know, obviously 32% is backdoorable at later stages of the game. You know, the core hasn't stopped scaling right now. But it gives the blue team an opening. You know, it allows them to potentially come back in. And there's still like a couple of levels until level 20. Muradin is there. They pop the Avatar. The Earthquake is popped as well, but this is going to be a crucial amount of damage coming in here. The Light Bomb lands, but Zerg with Zerg goes in with the leap, tries to get onto the backline, but still has trouble. Can't quite sustain through all of this. Khazazor is so low. The Li Ming needs to pop off right now. They need to try and find some more kills. And if they do, they do it. Maybe they can find... There's a Li Ming. Goes on, gets 1, gets 2. Anduin down, Johanna down. And that is a good opportunity here for the blue team. Oh, but the catapults.
No, they won't do enough.
They won't. Yeah.
Wait,
no.
they're not moving. Greymane's back. Okay, fine.
It's 17%. 17 minutes in.
Red team still get the camp, so win.
It's all good, and it's XP. You know, it's catch up XP. 3 for 2, sure. It's still 18 to 19, but it's catch up XP, and there's loads of XP for the red team to soak as it's all nicely pushed out to their base. You do need to clear that wave. I mean, I know Sonya's back in 4 seconds, but Sonya with a slam build, yeah, they'll be able to do it. It'll take some time, though.
So let's see what will happen here as the Immortals are being spawned. I think it's in race position for both sides here, looking at the minimap. And yeah, it's going to be Reyna is not on the Immortal just yet, though, but neither is... No, the Greymane is as well. So it looks like halftime show will be won by the blue team here for the first time, I think, this map.
Potentially, although Reyna is a phenomenal beast here, and we do see that the blue team are the winners. You're absolutely right.
It was never in doubt. Okay.
I mean,
But now, level 20s aren't in yet. This is the time. They need to clear the bot lane. They need someone to clear the bot lane instead. But they're going to pop the Earthquake pre-level. They're going to take this pre-level 20 fight, and it's going to be so dangerous for them. Sorrel takes the Immortal Stun as well. There's going to be the leap from Sonya into the backline. It connects. Merlin is going to be the first one to go down, but Reyna goes down as well. That's going to be the leaming reset that they need, but now Sonya's falling low. They've been chased down. Lucio trying to speed them out to safety here. Stalker chasing them down. They eat the root from Junkrat. Sonya, 100 HP, 200 HP. Somehow they still survive, and Thork is going to go down. That's going to be another leaming reset that they might need here, but now Greyman's going to be the focus, being chased down as well by the red team. Somehow the blue team are still surviving this.
yeah, Sonya has to go back, and they know it. They know it on the other side of things, but with Reyna dead, it's slowing down this mortal push. And now it's just a race. It's just a race. Who can take it? Greymane and Li Ming versus Thrall and the Junkrat on the other side of things. And it looks like this Immortal is going over to the blue team.
Oh, it's losable.
I mean, it is losable. Absolutely. You know, the blue team can do this. Every time these engages happen, Muradin jumps in, Earthquake gets popped, Avatar gets popped.
I mean, we were 19.75 to like 18. You just send Junkrat to clear one wave bot. You're level 20. You pop Earthquake. You've got Earthen Shields. You've got upgraded Riptire. You've got your Johanna blinded by the light. It's over.
I've
You
never
win that
seen
team fight.
Aviator so animated in his chair. But here he is pulling his hair out practically. He wants the red team to win this.
They deserve a map win, and it's just if they lose this, I'm DMing them. But no, we'll nicely, obviously. But let's see how it goes now. Are they able to defend this? So they're able to defend the Immortal. Blinded by the light's being used
Twergman pre-stacking his E. Trying to sort of find out what he can do here.
Oh, Bless Shield on the Greymane. Bless Shield being used on the Greymane. They're going to go in. Greymane goes down. There's the Earthen Shields as well. The Riptire comes through. The Light Bomb connects now onto Muradin. Muradin jump interrupted there by the Reyna Q as well. And Muradin is going to go down.
Now, the red team, just march to the core. March to the core. Hyperion, you've got the upgraded Hyperion.
Wait, have you?
Yeah, it doesn't give you the Hyperion on death.
Oh, that's Execute Orders. That's such a fun talent to go.
But yeah, you get the cooldown on giving them pepper. Give them pepper.
It gives you unstopped, doesn't it? I think the talent. It grants you an unstoppable.
No, not anymore.
Okay, fine. Leap misses in the backline here. The red team, though, they just need to click the core. If they take it, but never mind. They are going to get their KDAs first as well. We love to see that. You farm their KDAs. You take down the core. Although Li Ming is still alive, so if they get the reset here onto Junkrat,
or onto Johanna, or onto anyone, there's one kill. 30%, 29%. They have to kill Reyna. There's a second kill. They're looking at it. They're trying to get a Thrall as well. This is it. This is the defense they needed. Light Bomb goes down. 8% on the core, and the catapults are not there to join them. It's a successful defense here for the blue team. Li Ming, ultimate core defender. Absolutely phenomenal work here from Najabani Zerg and Iron Fist Man. It's exactly what the blue team needed. A full team wipe. And you know what? The blue team, they've not got enough people up to go straight for the enemy core, but they can damn well get a decent-sized Immortal. I mean, 8%. 8% on that core.
Yeah. So blue team now just... I don't know. I think blue team just won.
Blue team potentially may have just won the game, but we know the red team can win these team fights. We've seen them
backdoor.
win.
Backdoor was Reyna. Honestly, if you had execute orders, you just go backdoor the core. Hyperion will do 8% to the core.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the core has stopped scaling now for 5 minutes.
Just send Reyna. You show 4 members, send Reyna to backdoor the core.
You have to do something. Out comes the Light Bomb. It connects onto Muradin. Out comes the Earthquake. They're trying to do something. Can they interrupt? Can they get the kill on Zwergwin? Out comes the Sound Barrier. Nazisberg goes in, tries to find something, but there's so much damage coming out onto that Sonya, and Sonya gets taken down. This is what the red team want. They want to be able to take these kills. They are zoning them off this Immortal. They know they need to defend this. Otherwise, they're going to have to make some more desperation plays. The Rune lands onto Greymane. It's superb. Can they get the kill? No, the damage just isn't quite there.
Oh,
Workman's on the
falling
run.
low and low. Somehow the blue team. Oh, the red team. No, the stun. Oh, okay. The blue team get away, and they've got that sound barrier again. Obviously, it's the upgraded sound barrier. But now, can the red team just race?
The red team can just sit here quite and sit pretty. 5.294k is a lot of damage to do, even at this stage of the game.
I mean, blue team is going to wrap around, right? It's like a couple of stuns. Greyman's going to jump on. Oh, but actually, I think they lose it.
Yeah.
Reyna, hit the immortal. Hit the immortal. Yes.
Oh, no! The blue team take it, but it's going to be at what cost? Soul Bossa Nova comes out, keeps the Lucio alive. Now they're going to have to focus onto the Muradin. If they can find anything, can Li Ming connect any of their abilities to these squishy targets? But no, a Blessed Shield comes out onto the Dwergman. It was a desperation, and they knew they had to do it. But we see that this will be GG. Surely this is GG. They have Hyperion. They can Hyperion and walk away.
Over. Yeah, just Hyperion core. Honestly, Hyperion core and just walk. Do the fade away.
Just cool guys don't look at explosions. As red team, they pick up their first game in this series. GG, well played. As they are going to be making this a nice 2-1. Neo Unity with the win.
I mean, it was one-sided from the beginning. It was clearly Neo Unity were always winning that game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
my heart rate is 118, by the way.
I've lost all my 8,000 points now, though, to you, Aviator.
Yeah, great. I'll take them. But yeah, my heart rate is 118, by the way, in casting that game.
Mine's only 80, which is lower than usual. I'm just super chill right now. Super chill.
I was slightly invested in that game. I had 25,000 channel points on the line, okay?
It's true. Yeah, what a game, though. Up to 2-1 in this series. Svartalheim Neo Unity becoming a series. And, you know, it's that banning the Lunara. Really, they've got their comforts with the Junkrat. And they banned away
I won
Lunara
48,000 points.
Gee willikers. That is a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
Take those. We take those, guys. Thank you very much for donating. Never in doubt.
Looks like first pick is going to go over to the side of Svartalheim for the first time in this series. Obviously, maps we have left. If we look at the little map pool, let's transition to the map pool. Well, Aviator's contemplating life, it seems. We have Infernal Shrines, Cursed Hollow, and Tomb of the Spider Queen left in this best of 5 series. It is going to be a map pick, of course, from Neo Unity. And, you know, yeah, as I say, yeah, banning out the Sylve, banning out the Lunara, getting that Junkrat, all important things for Neo Unity. That comfort just showed in some of these team fights where the Li Ming couldn't quite connect the orbs where they wanted to. Iron Fist Man did a great job in some of those team fights, but just not everyone. That consistency that you see from the comfort picks, that is what you want to see. And it is going to be Infernal Shrines.
Oh, this is a map that Svartalheim don't win on.
Ooh. They don't win on it. What is the stats? Tell me.
They are 28% win rate on Shrines.
Ooh, and that's surprising to me.
It's the actually lowest performing map, and then it's Cursed Hollow. So honestly, this could be the strategy now. If they win this map as well, final map on Cursed Hollow, you take them to the 2 weakest maps in game 4 and 5.
No, and then the reverse sweep. This is sometimes what happens in the best of 5s, because you prepare all season for best of 3s. It's best of 3s, best of 3s, best of 3s, but then we get to the finals, best of 5. And, you know, you have your good maps, and that was obviously, you know, what we've seen from Svartalheim. That Garden of Terror, that Towers of Doom, all very, very good from them. But now, Infernal Shrines. It's going to be tricky.
Yeah, I think it's it was just a crazy series. So far, this series has been crazy. I mean, map 1, 30-something minutes, map 2, 30-something minutes, map 3, 30-something minutes. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, as I say, we're going to Infernal Shrines here. We've had the other picks available. Let me just show on stream here. So, yeah, Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen being available maps if this one goes over to Neo Unity again. Yeah, as I say, Garden of Terror was a phenomenal map. We had Battlefield Eternity, a phenomenal map just then. And so long ago was Towers of Doom. Everything is going so close here for these teams. we're just having a little bit of a water break from a lot of things. Make sure you keep yourself hydrated. But on this map, Infernal Shrines, I want to see them pick up some... that Sonya can do a lot of work on Infernal Shrines, keeping those things clear. But Lunara has been that pick. Are they going to be banning it out on the side of Neo Unity? Are they going to be sticking to that strategy? Is Blaze going to finally resurface after some calls in the in the chat for a Blaze pick? I personally would love to see one. Blaze is a great hero. We've seen Combustion used to great success earlier as well. Aviator, what are your thoughts on a Blaze pick?
I mean, we saw Blaze in maps 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No, map 1.
Map 1?
No, and 2. No, map 1. Map 1. I mean, the Blaze did work. It was just one... Wait, map 1 was towers with the Blaze, and the Blaze flanks were really good. It was just the level 20s of the blue team, I think, were too strong for the Reds to battle back into it. So...
Yeah, absolutely. Eric the Swift is getting ice cream in the chat, in the game. So we're just, maybe you've got a favorite ice cream flavor in the chat. I'd like to know what's yours, Aviator.
So I have a tier list, as you're well aware, of ice cream flavors, and I personally think salted caramel is best in slot ice cream flavor.
It's pretty good.
No, it's not pretty good. It's best in slot.
No. I'll agree that it's up there, like at the very top.
No, it's not a debate.
Myself,
it's a fact.
mint choc chip is my top favorite.
So I put mint choc chip in S tier as well.
Yeah,
I did put it in S. Mint choc chip is S. Salted caramel. What else? What's your other favorite flavors? I mean, let's all admit though. Okay. Coffee flavored ice cream is overrated.
Yeah, it can be pretty good, but sometimes not quite what you want. I'm trying to find the tier list now, and maybe even get it on stream. I was thinking about putting it on stream.
It's not a tier list thing though, is it? Actually.
No, it's in
I've got an
general.
account on Tiersy. I'll share it. Anyway,
So,
while I found that.
Yeah, of course. Maybe you've got a tier list of heroes you'd like to share with us, and something like that. You can do it in the Heroes Lounge Discord, !Discord, and you'll be taken to the Heroes Lounge Discord, and you can join in on all the fun of things.
Ice cream flavors. Here we go. Found it.
You found it. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I downloaded image, right?
Oh God, it was back in April. Maybe you made this. No. I swear it was
I'll just cut it.
more recent.
So salted caramel. Oh, honeycomb. I put in S tier.
Yeah. We've got so
that's also-
sidetracked. It looks
That's
like
also S tier ice cream.
we are ready in terms of
I'm not.
casting. Although I've just fumbled everything as well. So Infernal Shrines is this game. We can get some
mango
hype
ice
going
cream.
again.
That's in the bin as well. I'm sorry. Anyone here likes mango ice cream? In the bin. Okay? In the bin.
Yeah, I've still got a prediction thing. Okay, yeah, we've still got 1 to 2 minutes while we wait. Right, okay. Save image. We're doing this live on stream.
Nice. I think this tier list is really accurate. I think this is the only one that people didn't actually disagree with me on the tier list I made of food and drinks and stuff.
I mean, you had my support, that's for sure. So let me add this in. This is high quality stream needed. But we will add ice cream tier list to my Heroes Lounge scenes. Okay, so what have you got here, Aviator? What have you got for us?
So salted caramel, mint choc chip, and honeycomb. S tier. Obviously, salted caramel is just ultimate best. But then, so I'd say salted caramel is S plus, and then the other two are S. Brownie, chocolate chip, strawberry, toffee, vanilla, fudge, coffee. Oh, I put coffee in A because I've had really, really nice coffee chocolate. But I've also had really bad coffee ice cream as well.
It can be good. Vanilla.
So
is like.
I really like vanilla.
It has to be a good vanilla for me. If it's like bad vanilla, it goes down. Obviously.
For sure.
But yeah.
Clotted cream is just like okay. Like you'll take it if you have to, kind of thing, right? Cookie dough, it's decent. Cookies and cream, again, decent. Now we head on to the C tier, where banoffee, honestly, could just go in D as well. It's pretty much in the bin. Lemon meringue, I really like lemon meringue pie and things like that, but as ice cream, I just don't like lemon ice cream. It kind of defeats the purpose of it. Ice cream should be kind of sweet rather than, that kind of sour.
There we go. It looks like we are ready to go into this match here. Game number 4. Can Neo Unity make the full comeback that they need to? Can they find themselves well and truly back in the game, or can Svartalheim close it out and be our champions?
Did you time it?
No, I didn't time it. I was too late.
Oh,
I was talking too much.
how disappointing. Anyway, draft game number 4. Are we going to see the same strategy coming out from Neo Unity? It worked for them in map number 3.
Yeah.
The only map that they won. Although arguably they should have won map 1 and map 2. And we could have been chilling out now, relaxing and not casting game 4. But here we are casting game number 4. So I think, yeah, just stick with it. Ban out the Sylph, ban out the Lunara, force them on something different comfort again. It worked for them. Hogger is obviously a big factor though on Shrines.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. But so is Sonya.
So is Johanna.
Yeah, and obviously first pick is here available for Svartalheim, and we know they love that Johanna. Are they going to ban out the Johanna instead of the Lunara? Is that what they think it is? Svartalheim play a mean Johanna, that is for certain, and they will first pick it if it is open. I'm almost certain of it.
That is true.
We're going to ban it out. I like it though. I like it. I like that we're not banning out the other things. Sure, Lunara probably not as impactful on this map actually. Still will be.
It will probably be picked up in the 2-3, I think. But again, as I said, it wasn't the reason they won map 1 or map 2. It's just a comfort pick they need to deny. But they are going to first pick Anduin, which means are we going to see Rhaegar Greymane, the double wolf duo?
It could be. It's not essential on this map, but Rhaegar is pretty good. I like to see it. Greymane as well can do fantastic work. Pretty good at claiming the shrine as well as defending the Immortal. The Punisher. So could be good stuff here. But we see it's going to be Muradin and Greymane. They want to lock in that tank pick first.
Okay, so but the problem is they're going to lose Rhaegar now, right? Rhaegar will get banned out against them, so it does mean that they're going to be forced onto something like Brightwing instead. I mean, they showed that they could play it in map number 2. Perhaps maybe Blink Heel will be picked in this series, in this map even. But we are going to get the Hogger. It's a strong opening so far for the blue team.
Yeah, it's really, really strong, and it's tough to say. They are getting the picks that they wanted, but ultimately, taking away that Johanna might be enough. It might be enough to dismantle Svartalheim a little bit. Sometimes your tank is your linchpin, and Zwergman is being
a little bit as well. If they ban out the Anubarak here, I think that forces them onto something they haven't really played too much. Yeah, looking at them at their picks, they haven't played anything else.
They ban out the Diablo.
They played one game of Diablo, they lost. They played one game of ETC, they won. Other than that, it's been Anubarak, Johanna, and Muradin.
There's the Rhaegar ban as expected from Svartalheim. It will have to be most likely a Brightwing here from Neo Unity. And the Brightwing was struggling a little bit into the Lunara on the Garden of Terror. So this is so close. With this tank focus, it really gives Neo Unity a great chance in this draft. But the comfort coming out from Svartalheim with Anduin, with Hogger, with the Lunara. It's a tough one, but there is Big Boy Blaze. Fish Hots is going to be happy.
And Stukov as well. I really like this. I forget Stukov has existed because they just don't seem to prioritize it. It's so funny that usually you see Stukov and Anduin kind of up there as the healers, but in this series we haven't seen it until now. So I really like the pick so far.
Yeah, it is really, really nice, but will it be comfortable enough for them? Will that be something they can easily play and really get that? The Blaze, obviously, very good, but the Stukov can be hard.
Oh, Mephisto.
We had calls for Iron Fistman Mephisto from Imparthian earlier. It could be
They haven't
impressive.
won much with it in the regular season. I did have a look. I think they're 50% across like 4 games. And as we mentioned, they don't tend to win much on Infernal Shrine. So this could be a really good thing for the red team here. Last pick available for them here. Another DPS. Is it going to be something like Jaina again, or what are we going to go for?
Genji. That's not what I expected.
No.
The Jaina would have been good. Something, Kel'Thas could have been good. Gul'dan could have been good. Anything to sort of help focus down that ETC, help make sure that burst damage is there, really sort of drain the ETC's HP pool. But the Genji is definitely much more focused on the backline. You're looking at that, attacking the Anduin, the Lunara, the Mephisto, and I'm just not sure if you're going to expose basically your Stukov in this pick.
Yeah, I really like Blue Team's draft. I think the draft is kind of just one.
Well, if you have any points, you can bet them right now in the stream chat. Or just above the stream chat, there is the prediction available. It is going to be there for another couple of minutes or so. We are on a 20-second delay, so it'll be 20 seconds less than what I'm saying right now. I mean, if they can dive, if it works out, it's great. But I would have loved to have seen something a little more clearly. And Kalzor does play this Genji a lot. They've picked it a few times in the main season. So perhaps it'll all be good. It looks like we might be having a little bit of a loading time.
My game crashed.
As long as you can get back in eventually, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you carry on and I'll just be quiet while you cast them.
Otherwise, it'll be just me. But yeah, this Genji has to wow us to do any sort of work here. And against the ETC, it's going to be tough. But yeah, ETC is such a squishy tank. They could have just focused ETC and then won the game. That's what I would like to see. I think a Kel'Thas could have been really good. Or a Jaina. Either of them. But Genji will be fine too. Red team, according to Fish Hots.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's completely accurate.
The red team. So you were back in the blue team earlier, but now with deeper analysis. Me? Yeah, weren't we back in the blue team?
Wait.
Do you want me to take a screenshot of the draft?
Wait, you think? I don't know. I don't think the Genji's going to do anything there. I think it's okay. I'm loading my game. You carry on and start there, and I'll just mute until I come back in.
Yep. Okay. Here we go into game number 4 here. And yes, on the side of the blue team, Svartalheim 2-1 up. They have everything it takes to take this series if they want it. They got Najabazerg on the Hogger, Iron Fist Man on the Mephisto, Phantom Swarm on Lunara, Dwergman on ETC, and Battle Mercy on that Anduin. They are Svartalheim. And on the red team, we have Kalzador on the Genji, Thork on the Muradin, Jorgiwan on the Greymane, Frisco on Stukov, and Jex on Blaze. They are Neo Unity. And they need to win this to stay in the series. So right now we do have Block Party coming out from ETC to give a little bit more protection against the Greymane and everything else that goes on here for them. But yeah, ultimately, it is going to be a case of clearing these waves a little bit quicker. ETC goes in, slides in, tries to get the interrupt on the jump, but Thork holds the Dwarf Toss, and it's nicely done. Red team clearing out this wave super quickly. And that's really nice for their team to do, because it just means that they can rotate down, and they are technically a little bit weaker in this wave clear, so can really help. Genji in a little bit of trouble. ETC finding that slide. I don't think Genji's got that Swift Strike to be able to get away. They're falling lower and lower and lower, and they may well perish from this Lunara poison. 50 HP, 27. They go down. First blood onto that Genji, and that almost, spells the worries that Aviator and I had for this draft. Now, early camp in the middle, being focused by the blue team. Obviously, they got that kill on that Genji. This is absolutely what they want to do. We see, though, the Greymane is already shredding away at the mid-siege camp, trying to do something. Lunara, Vision, Wisp will be revealing a lot of the area in the mid lane, in the middle rotations. So, really helps keep them safe, as well as Phantom Swarm, who knows now to rotate away from this rotation of the red team. Level 3 here. as the teams approach level 4. They're going to be thinking about going for their bruiser camps. We have the first shrine being the middle shrine, and it is going to be an arcane punisher. Not too bad to have in the start. It's no frozen, and but it's also no mortar punisher. So all round, happy medium that they want. Now level 4s are here for both teams. We're going to see the Blaze have the Incinerator Gauntlets to help clear out some of these objectives, as well as going for a little bit of extra double soak.
Yeah, the good thing is, though, the red team are slightly ahead in experience. You know, despite losing that early kill, they're still... It's all about the experience in the early game, right? You just don't want to fall behind. Mephisto... Oh, big stun from Blaze, though, timing it nicely onto the Hogger, but Hogger's able to get out, and Lunara just able to weave in those auto attacks. As we mentioned, we do see Dragon Claw from Genji, so not going for the DQD kind of more standard build. Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes Genjis love it. Genjis love the sort of Dragon Claw, just to help with that last little bit of burst if they really wanted it. But it does have to be stacked up, and they're going to be using Mephisto's Lightning Ring to try and do that. But first objective here, red team slight XP lead. We'll see which way this goes, as this could spell the remainder of this match. Yeah, absolutely. Hogger's set up the infinite spin, though, on the shrine. This is where it becomes so difficult. Blaze looking for that flank, though. Can't quite find it. Hogger, the spin is gone. So they weren't actually on that perfect sort of... There's one where you can time it perfectly and you can just infinitely spin, I think. But you've got to be quite precise with it here. But they are ahead in the Shrine Guardians now as Mephisto jumps over the wall. Blaze goes into the Sun on an hour, doesn't quite find it here. But now we're going to see Hogger setting up another spin. But unfortunately, only spinning on this. Actually, no, they bounced it correctly and they're starting to spin. And they're going to win this Shrine. And the red team are falling lower and lower. Jex takes a huge amount of damage. Gets a big stun, though, coming back in. Genji with a deflect damage as well. There's going to be the Dragon Claw. They do get the kill onto Andrew. They can pick up another kill onto Lunara as well. And the Jex falling extremely low. Genji gets a Mephisto goes down as well, and Jex gets out with like 60 HP.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But Genji just drawing a little cube square there just to get a triple kill. But the blue team do take the Punisher.
Square.
They did draw a little square.
A cube square.
A cube square. Same thing, just different dimensions. And as we see, the Punisher gets baited over now, and they'll finally be able to take it away. But it doesn't get a lot of value here, Aviator. You know, that Genji cleanup really helped in this defense, but it just means that we're still sort of back on square one. Blue team will be soaking up a couple of minions here to try and catch up with their XP, but the red team, perhaps, if they can get a couple more big Blaze stuns like this, and post level 13, it's really going to hurt.
Yeah, I completely agree. But we are going to see the blue team now taking this bottom camp, so... Evening out the experience nicely now for them as well. 1 kill in favour of 3 in terms of the red team. So, but we're going to see a slide now coming out onto that Genji, who gets to protect off, though. Deflects quite a lot of damage here onto Iron Fist, man. Now goes back in as well. Gets the Swift Strike, gets the Dragon Claw. But meanwhile, Lunara is just freely auto-attacking as Greymane focuses on the ETC. But they're not able to find any kills just yet.
And this is the big thing with Lunara. Lunara often gets away with this because it just seems so innocent. You know, just bouncing array round and round, and you're just focused on, you know, the other DPS, the tank, the support. And this is exactly what has happened every single time they've picked this Lunara, and it's just worked for them every time. Last map it was banned out, of course, but here we see it. It's going to be in great effect. And later on in the game, I'm sure we'll see the Leaping Strike once again. And is it going to work
out? Red team do take the camp away from the blue team here, and they're able to try and siege up onto this mid wall here. ETC with the flank slides in onto Greymane here, but Greymane's able to get out, or should be able to get out, and there they do. So far, you know, red team are doing really, really well in the early game.
Yeah.
I figured post level 10, they'd be doing a lot. You know, I thought level 10s would come online, but I guess it's for the other side, really, when you've got, you know, you've got Shockwave or Hordepult from the Hogger as well. You've got Mephisto with that Durance of Hate. Lunara, obviously, probably going to opt for Leaping Strikes again, I imagine, this time.
Yeah, so we do have level 10s. We have Dragon Blade, Flailing Swipe, Go for the Throat, and Bunker, as well as Avatar, for the side of the red team. Now, Dragon Blade is... sometimes a little bit interesting, and you know, can get shut down a bit by ETC, whereas the X-Strike can be a bit of an escape tool as well. So it'll be interesting to see. We do have Hordepult from Hogger,
Yeah, EGC was looking for that slide onto Greyman there, but Greyman and Muradin just walking away together. Muradin able to hit the stun as well, so no sort of follow-up there. Level 10's on the other side, as you mentioned. You said the Hoarder Pult, Leaping Strikes, Mosh Pit, of course. Now, what interrupts do we have on the other side? We've got Flailing Swipe, we've got Muradin Q, and Stukov goes down.
Yeah, that was a beautiful mosh pit at the bottom. If they can get onto that Greymane as well, it's superb stuff. Iron Fist Man trying to find it. Does do a lot of damage, but Phantom Swarm is not going to be picking up that kill, unfortunately, this time. They are living with just 40 HP.
Yeah, Blaze going to start the shrine immediately in the top side, though. Obviously, Stukov's going to be back in a couple of seconds. It's all even again in experience here, but Blaze is going to get the lead in those shrine. I say that, but only able to take 4 out, actually.
Yeah, well, Hogger did rotate pretty quickly. A nice interrupt here from Dwergman. They're going to have to pop their trait here on the side of Blaze. And now the blue team get that positioning, but we've seen this before. The red team come in angry, and they get a big Blaze stun, and then the damage comes out. And with Dragon Blade now available, it could shred through. Mosh Pit, obviously, 70-second cooldown. Not here for this shrine fight.
Yeah, so what can they get done with it here? Hogger spins out, unfortunately, perilously, though, gets the knockback as well, but Greymane's looking for the signs from Stukov as well. There's going to be the pull from Andrew. The Switch Strike doesn't quite connect from Genji. There's going to be the deflect. The go for the throat damage wasn't enough. That's going to be no reset for them. Avatar was popped as well, so a lot of ultimates being used on both sides here. We still have the Flaming Swipe, we still have Bunker, we still have Dragon Blade, and we still have Light Bomb available from the Anduin here. But Blades gets the stun. There's going to be Stukov with the silence. They're going to be interrupted by ETC, but now we see the Dragon Blade going in on that backline here.
Yeah, and the split from Frisco as well, using that Flailing Swipe, and Anduin does go down because of it. They split the backline from the front line, and the damage was just able to do whatever they want. They get another kill on Hogger. The red team are looking to try and pick something up, and it looks like ETC is going to be the next one on the list. 3-0, and the red team should be able to take the shrine. No problemo now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be this shrine to take. They could send someone to. They could send Blaze now to go and try and soak the lanes. Obviously, try and get back ahead in that experience and keep it. And yeah, looks like that's what they're going to do. Blaze is going to go back, push the top lane. I mean, the defense on the other side though, you've got Mephisto, you've got Lunara. Is it enough to bait it, like to get a lot of damage with it?
Yeah, it's a tricky place to be. You know, you don't want to bait too much over. It's a nice one done here by Mephisto, but they're going to find themselves in danger. Thorok couldn't quite find the angle for the Stormbolt, but Genji was so ready. It's a nice power slide though onto Thorok, and Thorok is going to get focused here by the heroes, but not the keep, and that means that they're going to escape with just 30. Oh, no, they go down! The tick of damage is just enough from Lunara. Oh, that was insanely close.
He was 2 seconds off Avatar as well.
2 seconds off Avatar. His second wind almost kicked in to heal him up. Well, third wind even. It was so close here. Muradin not escaping there.
Yeah, not able to find it. So we are going to see an invade coming through now onto this camp. You need to be careful. Blaze misses the stun. We're going to have a mosh pit coming through here. No Flailing Swipes available. Muradin is dead, so that's the only other interrupt here from that mosh pit. But Frisco is able to stay alive for a little bit longer, and Greymane goes in and gets the kill onto Lunara here. Might even get the campers now. Genji's standing on the point here. Hogger is in. The bunker comes down, trying to body block them here, but the pull from Anduin is going to be enough. And it looks like the blue team will be able to retreat. So they lose 1, but they trade 1 for 1.
Yeah, they trading 1 for 1 though, probably not quite what you want to do when you're trying to make these plays, when you're trying to get back in. But it's a nice power slide onto the Genji again, but he's got that protected. They just don't have the tools here to deal with this Genji past power slide. And that is really enabling the red team. But still, on this chase back...
We popped Avatar though. So Muradin felt a little bit too threatened, I think. Pops the Avatar precautionary, but you know they were trying to retreat, and I don't think Muradin was in danger. We just had the slide from ETC being used. There was no CC for him, so he was able to just walk out. So and that's going to be a long cooldown. That's an 90-second cooldown. Just got popped there. Oh, Greymane jumps in to try and clear the way. He's going to get slid by ETC. There's going to be a light bomb coming out as well, but Greymane does dodge out on it there with the running wild.
Yeah, really well done here by Greymane, using that extended level 13 talent to make sure they can escape with a massive disengage. So yeah, good stuff here. Greymane really trying to use their mobility to their best ability.
I guess the Greymanes would go for the throat and running wild. I guess they're just going to try and follow up on the Genji kill. So if Genji goes in on someone, they're just going to try and one-shot them with go for the throat as well. So I think that's going to be the players. We do see it engaging the bot lane. Muradin's jump going to be caught by the Anduin route as well. The double leaping strikes coming through, but Thork able to stay alive.
The healing static The healing static from level 13. Just chunking a nice bit of healing for them. And it works out, but a big stun from Jax, and now Thork is going to be looking at Iron Fist Man, but no, there's a power slide. Power sliding away. The peel from these tanks is doing so well. Dwergman dodging out really well here, but they're going to be in danger. They can't get the mosh pit off. They look to try and do it, but that go for the throat just means that they get the kill on the red team.
Yeah, it's a 5v4 in their favor. And now they're able to get the shrine again. Well, ETC is back in 28 seconds, so we're back 10 seconds after the shrine has spawned. Hogger's going to have to clear top. They've already lost the fort, though, I think, in the top lane. Yeah, fort's going to go down. Red team really looking good in game number 4. It looks like we're going to a game number 5, Transparent.
We could go to a game number 5. That would be exactly what this series deserves. And we can see that sort of the draft has sort of been figured out a little bit, you know. Focusing on that tank has really put this into an even game. You know, Dwergman was so good on that Johanna. And we you know, there are some players out there who know all too well that they can only play Johanna, and Dwergman is struggling now, especially as the Muradin was picked out against them.
Silence on the ground though, trying to predict the Mephisto. Not able to find the stun though from Muradin here. Force pop the Avatar as well. ETC is back, but the shrine is taken. And again, Thork with the Avatar, I think he's pressing it really, really early in sort of any potential look of a team fight, and he's just pressing Avatar immediately.
Yeah, especially as there's only 2 interrupts for it. You know, he could only get stunned twice. Hogger Q and ETC Q. And obviously Mosh Pit. So, you know, everything else is absolutely fine. Interesting.
Yeah, and he's got the healing static. He's got the extended dwarf launch. He's got, you know, heavy impact as well. He's got third wind. He's got all the survivability tools he needs. So I think popping the Avatar sort of early on is not really doing them any favors here. But they might be able to secure all 3 forts of the game.
Yeah. And I just want to have I'm just going to have a quick look at the stats here on the side while we'll do it and see if Thork. Oh, the mosh pit comes out. The flailing swipe not available. Thork is able to get that interrupt finally, but Najabajay trying to interrupt, and that's a really good stun here on the Stukov. Stukov not able to get into that bunker. Was channeling the lurking arm. Hogger goes down on the other side. It's a 1-for-1 trade right now, but I want the blue team to keep chasing. They get the interrupt on Thork. He doesn't have anything, and it's a beautiful Durance of Hate. Oh. They're able to get the stun follow up as well. Dwergman looking to chase them down. Muradin goes down. Can the blue team find anything more here? Jex is going to be in trouble. They've not got a bunker. They can peel back, but Phantom Swarm leaps over, gets the kill onto Genji. Genji able to get away, but this is going to be a 4-for-1 trade here for the blue team.
Yeah, the blue team, the red team, this is what I mean about, you know, that'd be a perfect fight to have Avatar available for.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I think Thork is just, you know, once they figure that out, I think the red team will be perfectly fine. It's just at the moment they're sort of not really figuring out. Stukov could not get in that bunker either. It was so close. You know, if Stukov gets in the bunker, that's a completely different fight because he gets out the other side. He'll get the armor as well, and he'll be able to keep his team alive. But now we're going to have the blue team taking a fort of their own in this mid lane, and the next Punisher is going to be in the mid lane as well. So this is an important fort to take down.
Yeah, and it's so nice of them to now be able to open up the map after having all their forts on their side taken down, just having a little bit more breathing room into the enemy side of the map. And look how much damage Lunara does, you know, with this level 4 talent. It just can be shredding through buildings.
Yeah, ETC's got Mosh Pit back available as well, thanks to that level 13 Encore. Obviously getting the CDR.
Yep. And I just checked the stats, and Thork has played Muradin 4 times in the season. So it's, you know, it's not like it's a completely alien hero. It's not like they just sort of pulled it out to counter on Dwergman. But yeah, we are seeing this sort of panic Avatar, and it might be just because we are in such a tense situation with this being the grand final, and we are 2-to-1 maps down.
Yeah, we are going to see red team able to take the bottom camp though. Blue team able to take their own easy camp as well, so taking both camps really in the midsection of the map. Next shrine is going to be in that middle lane. The only thing left on the map now is the red team's hard camp, and the blue team, they're thinking about sort of scouting it out, but it looks like they've decided not to. Their own hard camp's going to be available in 15 seconds, so they're going to opt to play a little bit more passively. They're going to get level 20 as well. So red team now just needs to try and soak level 20, get their hard camp off the map immediately. Get level 20, and it's going to potentially come down to one shrine fight.
Yeah, it potentially could. The level 20s are here. I mean, the tour bus could get some value, but I think the main one to get value here is the Censure. The Censure, having a stun onto the Genji additionally can really help out here. So on the other side of things, we have the Rewind, we have the Dragon Becomes Me as well. And so honestly, I think the level 20 upgrade here goes to the blue team. You know, they have some really good stuff here, as well as the double lightning circles.
Yeah. Torbus is a huge 20 spike. Drones of Fate is going to connect though. It's going to be Muradin. Not able to get. Oh, he is avatared. But he still goes down here. But there's going to be a huge light bomb coming out here. Genji with the. There's going to be the Dragon Awakens down. Is Genji going to clean up? Genji's doing a huge amount of damage here, but it doesn't have the other protect. There's going to be the Mosh Pit solo onto the Genji just to make sure they're able to get that kill. Greymane's able to escape with a slither of HP, but that's going to be 2 members down for the red team.
Yeah, deadly stuff here. Go for the throat, trying to be used, but doesn't get onto anybody either here. So this is a tough position for the red team. You know, they have to sort of take stock and try and think, right, how are we going to defend this? We've got Muradin in 37 seconds. The Punisher is going to be coming down. At least we have top pressure. And Nazani Zerg has gone to deal with that. So it's going to only be a 4-man push here. Potentially not game ending unless something bad happens here for the Reds.
Yeah, they've got really no one to bait it through. You know, they've got no cleanse. So ETC is going to be able to follow up on this jump.
Yeah, and it is going to be Blaze. ETC goes for the follow-up, but a nice sort of little silence from Frisco actually meant that ZTC couldn't get into the best position they wanted to for that. Good team play here for them. They're definitely losing this keep with this core.
Oh, Blaze goes in for the stun. That's going to be a little bit dangerous here. There's going to be the ETC going in. No mosh pit available for them just yet here. The light bomb's going to come through though. It's going to connect, but now the focus is onto Thork, onto that Muradin. Able to get the jump out. There's going to be Hogger with that no control though. Knocks back on Frisco, and Frisco goes down. The core is falling as well. I don't think it's able to defend this. There's going to be a jump as well. Lunara does go down though, but Mephisto is just putting out damage onto this core. But Hogger goes down. Is this defendable?
This, I mean, is it? The Punisher
No.
is still there. GG, well played. Svartalheim are our Division 6 Season 18 champions. There we go, Aviator. Svartalheim take the series after, quite frankly, was a quick team fight on the objective, and then steamrolled through with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just kind of happened all too quickly. It was, yeah. I don't know. I generally think Neo Unity deserved or should have been the winners overall, but Svartalheim, you know, they punished Neo Unity's hesitancy and slight mistakes, etc. So you've got to hand it to them where possible.
Yeah, and ultimately, you know, it's such the burden of execution of putting onto that Genji. Really, there was a lot of damage coming out of that with that swipe, but the whole team needed to be behind it. And, you know, they just were picked apart a little bit too quickly. You know, that Muradin did get shredded through their avatar, through all of their healing that they had available. And it was just not quite enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Could have been, would have been, should have been. But, you know, Svartalheim are the deserved champions.
Yeah, I mean, did Mephisto go for the percentage damage? No, they didn't. They went for the static field, so it just increased the damage. Oh, no, it is percentage damage. Yeah. So, yeah, that's sort of perhaps what did do a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I mean, Muradin just got melted. He was with Avatar as well. It was just, it just couldn't live through it. You know, everything else. The Durance of Hate was huge. Solo on the Muradin, essentially. And, you know, Greymane got split off. Hogger then with the no control. Honestly, Hogger, whenever the player got Hogger, he was popping off.
Yeah, and obviously that Lunara coming through, another big comfort pick here for Phantom Swarm. And, you know, it's hard to value them. But as I say, you know, they just danced around the team fight a lot of the time and just were almost ignored. So, yeah, Svartalheim taking the 3-1 here against them. Now, we'll have to see if they do want an interview or not. It seems like a lot of people are exhausted.
Yeah.
Including Aviator. But we are waiting to see what is going to be happening here. As again, you know, these teams they've done completely well. The 3-1 scoreline, it could have been 3-2. It could have absolutely been a 3-2.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think it would have done the series justice. It was, there were like 30-plus-minute games, almost all of them, except I think Shrines was the quickest one, was it?
Yeah. 18 minutes, less than 20 minutes, absolutely. Yeah, almost
It
definitely
felt
the
really
quickest
quick
one.
anyway, casting it.
Yeah, it felt like it ended super quick as well. That last ending push was, yeah, unexpected perhaps. But yeah, they did a good call. Obviously that Lunara does do damage post 20 with that level 4, just doing structure damage. So as we see, it looks like the teams do want to go for an interview. We are going to have it. We're going to bring them up here though.
Yeah, you dragged them up.
Yeah, I will drag them up. And we will be interviewing them. I hope you've got your best questions ready, Aviator. So here we go.
Hello.
Well, congratulations, Svartalheim. You are our Season 18's Division 6 champions. Give yourself a small round of applause.
Oh yeah, because this was something, man.
Yeah.
They were good. They were really good.
Yeah.
What a series.
honestly.
We already knew because during the seasons they rolled us quite hard.
Yeah, obviously they had
you
a
got your
2-1.
revenge though in the final
Yeah.
at least. That's always a nice feeling.
It was.
Yeah, so they took you 2-0 in the main series. And what did you
Yeah.
learn from that, do you think, that helped you have
Well-
a victory here today?
Well, we knew from that match that they were very, very aggressive, and we weren't ready for that the first time. And so, like, some cheeky camp invades and stuff where, our vision control wasn't on point, where they just got stuff for free. And then instead of giving it, because we weren't going to win that fight, we just died. And this time, we just got something else.
Nice.
To at least keep us in the game instead of losing half a level for nothing. I mean, we were still behind for quite at least the last map for quite some time, but yeah, I think that's the most things we learned. As in, if you can't trade in fights, just trade in experience and see whatever we can do.
Well, it certainly kept you in the game in this last one, as they had a little bit of a lead, but you managed to pull it back and had a nice, quick, defining core call. Who made that call at the end there to make sure you pushed on for core?
I'm not sure who made the call, but I think is this endable, and then we just decided, yeah, it's endable.
Yeah, I think some of us were screaming to just go.
And I think we got really lucky that I think the John Cena jumped at the right moment there and killed their front. I'm not sure what happened exactly because it was a mess, but at least something jumped on something, and then their front line died, and it was doable.
Yeah, it certainly looked very, very good. Of course, you did lose a map on the Battlefield of Eternity, and you did defend the core though.
Oh, that 8% save from Iron. I'm gonna give this to Iron because that was insanity. I thought we were done like 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, yeah. I think lots of things went wrong with their core push, but it was very well defended by you guys. I mean, I think had all their heroes hit the core, I think it was GG. But they panicked then once you got one reset as well, and they all tried running away, then they tried running back to the core, then running away again, and the Li Ming just kind of popped, and it was a really nice defense in the end.
Yeah, this is why we keep Iron in the team.
Yeah, well, you absolutely did a fantastic job. I just realised that me scrolling on Discord is captured on stream.
Not a great idea.
Yes. Yeah, you absolutely did fantastic. And as obviously a board member of Heroes Lounge, I would like to wish you a big congratulations. And really well done for winning this series. You will be receiving a trophy of some kind or a trinket to commemorate the situation.
Are the medals still there?
We might have the medals. We might have something else.
Because we need to. Because our sixth member, who isn't here yet, but he's probably around. He's listening. It's Astrius. and Astrius demanded that
Oh.
before he can retire, he needs a medal. So we need
Yeah.
the medal.
We have something. I mean, I'm sure Asterix is a board member as well. So pretty sure there might be something for him somewhere. Anyway, yeah, really well done. Of course, guys. Yeah, that you'll get communication from Petman Cosmic, the Chief Lounge Master, at some point in the near future. Unfortunately, they are a little bit ill with COVID at the moment, so it may take a couple of days, and then we will try and get something sorted for you for commemorating your win here. 3-1 against Neo Unity. You absolutely smashed it today, guys. Really well done. It honestly, the best of 5 can sometimes be giving you blood, sweat, and tears to get that win, and you showed how much you wanted it and how much you deserved it. Really well done once again, Svartalheim.
Thank you. The kind
Thank
words.
you, thank you.
I hope the show was memorable.
I mean, there was like 3 30+ minute games or something, right? It was so. I think.
Oh yeah, the garden game. Oh, that was
Garden
something.
game, yeah.
Yeah, it was very, just back and forth, and it was nice though because it wasn't one-sided in any
Yeah,
map,
it was.
really.
Every
BOE was pretty
time, yeah.
one-sided early, and then you guys
Yeah,
came
that's
back.
really where we give the shout outs as well to Neo, as in every time that we got something, because often we just killed the Anubarak instantly because he walked too close to the bush, but they still got one of our backliners every time, so we could do nothing. So
Yeah.
that shows the quality of their team fighting skills here. So really shout out to them because they did really well also throughout the whole season. Really.
Well, speaking of shout-outs, is there any other shout-outs you'd like to give to anybody else in the whole world on this win before we say goodbye to everyone on stream?
Well, first of all, Astrius, of course, for playing half the season, literally 5 matches. My mom, and do you guys have someone?
I think we should just give a large round of applause for people that make the series possible. It was really fun this season, at least. Very, very well organized. We had fun at least, and good job, guys, on the win.
Yeah, see you
Thanks.
next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, a big thank you to everybody who has done admin work today, and Eric's the Swift, and all the moderators who are there. It'll be good to see you next season, Svartalheim. And yeah, make sure you sign up now because season 19 signups are open. But once again, congratulations on the win, and we will see you next season.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
the
guys.
cast as well.
Enjoy, guys.
Well, I'm gonna enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, goodbye. Take
Bye.
care.
So, without further ado, I accidentally
And they
moved
are
myself.
the champions transparent.
I moved myself accidentally, and this is going to ruin everything. There we go. We're back. We're fine. We didn't grease too much. Yes, the champions, indeed, Aviator. They have taken it the Division 6 Cup this season. They deserve it so much. But that's not all. Yeah, big thank you, obviously, to everyone who has played in Heroes Lounge and everyone who's going to sign up next season, everyone who signed up last season. We'll be back tomorrow at 13 CEST for the Division 5 Grand Finals. So if you like some of this action, we'll be here. Make sure you follow. Make sure you pop a Prime subscription if you really want to. It all helps out supporting Lounge. Aviator, where can we catch you if we wanted to listen to more of your voice?
I don't tend to stream as much anymore. Not sure what's happening next season for me. But you can check a follow at twitch.tv/aviator. I occasionally do stream, etc., etc.
Okay, well, it has been a phenomenal series today, and we are off to cool ourselves down in various different ways. Aviator's going to just jump in a cold bath, I think. So
Yeah, I can't wait. Actually, I'm going to fill up my bath with cold water. Might even put some ice in it and just lie in it.
and I'm going to have a curry to celebrate my dad's birthday. So without further
Happy
ado,
birthday to your father.
thank you. We will see you all tomorrow. Good night from me, and good night from Aviator. Goodbye.
Bye.